Hey everyone, it is the Watch Along. Brighton, Liverpool, 12:30 kickoff. I am Paul Machin. That man right there is Chris Pajak. Hi, Chris Pajak.
Hello, Paul Machin.
Hey, if you are,
forgot your name then.
I know, very on the spot.
I talk slowly. Hello, Paul Machin.
22 years of friendship, probably at this point. Yeah.
Give or take.
Good to know. It's always the things that you have to do more often than not, the things that you forget. It's like how you forget how to walk when you really think about it.
Or spell who. Apparently when I'm typing.
Yeah. Right, if you're joining us on Twitter right now, we are going to be here throughout the game doing a little bit of an attempted biased commentary.
But we're going to be here, but
you're going
to join us on YouTube.
You can come and join us on YouTube. And we're playing some Liverpool songs, having a good old chat and all that good stuff, and hopefully watching Liverpool come away from the Amex with 3 points. YouTube.com/the Redmen TV. Anyway, you got the starting team spot on before, Chris.
Yeah.
It means Naby Keita is in midfield. Thiago's on the bench after a few doubts. There was a few COVID doubts. Now we know Canate's out. That's presumed COVID, but Thiago and a couple of others
Jota was one of the ones that was rumoured, wasn't it?
We were told that was close contacts, so they were told to stay clear until they worked out exactly what that looked like. But it's another one of those situations where Jürgen was playing his cards close to his chest again, because the amount of shit and backlash and stuff he's had over this. But it makes you realise we're entering back into that world now where that peak that we had in December and January, where we lost a lot of players, we're coming up on 3 months on that, where you can be retested and obviously and all that kind of stuff. So Liverpool are going to have to go back to being really careful over these things again, because you don't want it to have another derailment like it was earlier.
Of course you don't. I mean, especially with the title race being as close as it is, with us going into, deep in other competitions and stuff like that, it could be the worst thing if you get a COVID case now and take out 2 or 3 players and the games are coming thick and fast. There's nowhere to hide. There's no ideal time. So safety first at this point. That being said, as it stands, it's only Ibu Konate that doesn't look like he's involved, which is a good situation, especially when we're deep in that position. We've got Joe Matip, we've got Joe Gomez and stuff like that. So that's good. The team that we've put out today is strong. Hopefully you'll be able to bring minutes into the legs of the likes of Roberto Firmino and Diogo Jota later on in the game as well, and get them to working back up to speed. So we've still got loads and loads of players. And even then, Taki Minamino, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain haven't made the bench for this one, so we're still a good way away from it being a major concern right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for what it's worth, obviously there's been a lot of chat around Mohamed Salah, and obviously on the fallout from Jürgen Klopp's press conference, and then his agent tweeting stuff, and Fabrizio Romano tweeting stuff. We're gonna do we'll do a Redmen reacts to that after the game. I think we should have a bit of time this afternoon. So yeah, we'll do that. And we obviously got the press conferences now, so we've literally got the clip to react to. So yeah, if you want to get involved with that later on, then we'll put that up on Redmen Plus later on tonight. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for all of that good stuff. I just kind of want to crack on with this game, to be perfectly honest, Chris. It's a dangerous mentality, but I've kind of had that for a couple of weeks now. There lies in potential one of the greatest ends to a season of all time, but there also lies a potential of us being really underwhelmed with everything we were trying to do. I don't think we'll end up this season disappointed. I think we'll be broadly happy. We've got the one trophy in the bag already, of course, but yeah, this is another one of those matches where I kind of, if you offered me the chance to Adam Sandler click style fast forward past this, I kind of would, because, and that's a bad attitude to have. I'll freely admit that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm in that weird holding pattern.
It's the hard yards now, isn't it? This is the difficulty that you've got, is that every game is massively important. And yet you kind of just want to know what the ending's going to be like. I mean, Jürgen often talks about football being, the most important of the least important things. And, bagging the Carabao is very much the same. It's the least important of the most important things, or the opposite, I should say, isn't it? Because, we want the FA Cup, we want the European Cup, we want the Premier League trophy more. But also, what Liverpool have done so far this season, been able to get back into the title race, that shouldn't be overlooked at all, to be honest with you, because we were miles out of it.
Yeah, and also to go on, give us a minute, and we ordered food, and it's literally arrived the minute we went live, which is sod's law at the best of times. Yeah. I thought Jurgen Klopp kind of made this point interesting because Liverpool are in a title race, but we're not at the same time, because we're still on that fight back to kind of getting into it. We're still very much chasing Man City. It's like it's a title. We're chasing a title race.
We're in the qualifiers.
Yeah, and I've been saying this all along. Like that Arsenal game in midweek is our game in hand, and everyone's had an eye on that game in hand to make it 3 points.
You got to make sure you're there to make it important.
Exactly, and look, and you know, Man City playing Crystal Palace Monday night, Selhurst Park. You know, there's a hypothetical situation where we could, we could be a hell of a lot closer by the time we've played at Arsenal, let's say. But it's all for, I know. But this is the problem. I'm not meant to feel this stressed about Liverpool, Brighton. Like, what's that all about? What are you doing to us? But again, this is where we are. I thought, again, Jurgen Klopp referenced this about how the only season since he's been at the club where we haven't needed to basically end the season in perfection was the season we won the league, which is insane. So we should all be pretty well geared up to this. But also I'm not sure I'm mentally and physically strong enough for this, but because Brighton are a good team, this is not going to be a walk in the park. They're going to give us a hell of a game today.
No, so that's it. And you know, midweek, you know, I love the fact that it was such a tactical battle with Inter Milan. You know, they're playing a similar formation. They're going with the three at the back, aren't they? You know, you'd imagine March and Lamptey, if they're the guys who play wing back for Brighton today. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how they sort of deal with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson. I think, you know, Trent's positioning changed throughout that game. You know, he started the game, he was sat quite far back. After that sort of break in the middle of the first half because of the illness in the Kop, after that he changed his positioning. Is that something that we're going to see him do from the start, or is that something that was symptomatic of the fact that we went into that Inter Milan game with a 2-0 lead?
I think we had a bit of chat about a bit of a chat around this style of formation, didn't we? We were driving home from the game in midweek, and now my sneaky feeling is this is the next evolution of footy, and it might be, but it also might be another one of those flash in the pans that lasts a season or two and then it gets undone. Jurgen and Liverpool are kind of get to define that a bit, because if we can figure this out, and look, Brighton's not necessarily going to be pivotal to this, but more to the point, if Brighton can cause you problems in this formation, then that's a problem. It's okay when Chelsea cause you problems because they've got some of the best players in the world and one of the best managers in the world. That's to be expected. But I wonder whether this is like is this either like the next evolution is what football's going to look like for 10 years after this, or is this that thing where no, it's just, I think it was one of the pundits saying the weekend, you played three at the back because you were worried about your defence, and you put two up top because you're worried about your goal scoring, and it's become this nice little hybrid of it's solid and it gets you a goal threat, and this is just a temporary measure.
My honest opinion on this, and it was born out of watching Slaven Bilic talk about Liverpool's fullbacks last week, is actually the teams that are going three at the back like this are actually trying to replicate what Liverpool are doing, but don't have as good fullbacks as we have.
Or centre-backs.
And that's the thing. So what we're in effect able to do is play the same style of football as they're looking to try and play, with an extra man going forwards, which is why I believe we're scoring so many goals, because we've now got 3 goal scorers as opposed to 2, which Brighton, you'd imagine, will play with today. Mm-hmm. You know, with Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip, Ori Bukanate, Joe Gomez, whoever it is, we're able to replicate what their 3 at the back is doing, but we're doing it with 2 centre-halves. We're able to replicate what they're looking to get out of their wing-backs with our actual full-backs, which means that both teams have 3 in the centre, because that's what the 5-man midfield will have. We've got a 3-man midfield. The only difference therefore is that we're actually playing with that extra man going forwards. So actually it's a nod to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool 4-3-3, but they just don't have the players to do it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting stuff. I mean, actually, I just had that up there. So yeah, how Google have got it anyway. They've got Veltman, Dunk, Cucurella as the 3 at the back, Lamptey right wing back, Alzate, Basuma, McAllister as the centre midfielders, Solly March on the far side, Neil Maupay and Leandro Trossard. Both good, but Trossard actually was really good against us earlier on in this season. I think he's a good player. But yeah, you know, the thing that's we know about Brighton, we will remain true about Brighton, is that they haven't got the goal scorer, but that doesn't mean they haven't got someone who plays capable of scoring, because there's a reason I don't watch Brighton games, but I know Neil Maupay is, mainly because he scores against Arsenal, and they love a whinge about that kind of stuff. But like, again, Trossard's a good player, Maupay's a good player, Tariq Lamptey's a good player, we've seen that firsthand as well, and then at home Liverpool need to be very, very switched on with this, but we're very much in the I don't care how we win this, just win it. Just go and win it by Hull. If we have to win this in a really horrible way, I'm back in that mentality. We've done this for the last month of what way do you want Liverpool to win this that is the most harmful to Manchester City's psyche? And it's either 5-0 or it's scoring a ridiculously late winner to get you over the line in it, because they're the two that either they check the scores and go, oh, can't even look at them now, or they do tune in, and either way it ends with them having 2 days to stew on it and go, it doesn't matter how well we win on Monday, it's never gonna, the gap's gonna be, it'll be 6 points. That's the gap.
Yeah, I don't think there's a right answer to that. You know, you're pondering which way you're doing it. I mean, if you win 5-0 today, which I don't think Liverpool are going to do, by the way, then you go, oh, bloody hell, they're just going to do it again. But if you win 1-0 with a late winner, or it's 1-1 going into the last 5 minutes and you get a late winner regardless, then they're like, oh, that's championship winning form. I mean, it's so tough. Just win is ultimately what it comes down to right now. That's what Liverpool have got to do. Luckily, we've got a great bench if it doesn't go quite to plan throughout the course of the game. But ultimately, we've got players on the pitch who can do the business, and we've got players on the bench if the players on the pitch don't do the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Some breaking news with regards to the Chelsea Roman Abramovich stuff. Cy Stoney is tweeting this, but also it's all over the place right now. Premier League board has disqualified Roman Abramovich as director of Chelsea following the government's imposition of sanctions against the Russian. It's one of those points now where it all sort of dried up a bit. I need fresh updates. I need to know what this is going to mean. Anyway, right, we're going to take a very short ad break, and then we will be back for the kickoff. And hopefully, my tongue will work in my mouth. Bye. Welcome back. We had a food. We did have a food delivery. And are you loving it, Chris?
I'm loving it, mate.
Deep and sincere
is
apologies.
Steve one of them lads who puts fucking ketchups?
He's put it on the bottom. He's put it down on the bottom.
What a fucking numbskull. A lot of respect for Steve until that.
Gone down in your estimation. We're off. We're underway at the Amex. Thanks.
What a guy.
Diaz
is in already, eh?
It was Diaz down that left wing. Well, Marshall did in the end. Good little 1-2 with Sadio Mane. Andy Robertson's deep. He goes deeper to Fabinho. Fabinho tucks it inside. Virgil van Dijk squares it right to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Looks up, whips a deep ball to the back post. Diaz tries to keep it alive, cannot. And just heads it into the path of Tariq Lamptey, who kicks it down the wing. Ooh, studs up from Naby. Maybe a little complaint there. But no, Sonny Mark's just absolutely fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
There you go, that match clock is right now. Thank you, Joe. Oh, He just about flicked them down right before contact, I think, there,
Absolutely.
which saved him.
What song, what song do you fancy, Chris?
Paul
Scouser, Tom,
Hard Times by Get Dead, please.
Right, sad.
Love it.
Let's have... I'm sure we've got... Anyway, fuck, what about it? Joe, I can't hear it. Just saying I can't hear it, mate.
Oh, shit. He's through there, straight from the goalkeeper's kick out.
Yeah.
Left hand side, Trent Alexander-Arnold on his man. He's holding him up well. Ah, there we go. Knocked it back, and Matip heads the ball clear.
Fucking lunchtime kickoffs. Yeah, they still have
shit.
the ball, looking to penetrate down that left-hand side now.
I think he might be off, you know.
It is a good ball. Jordan Henderson, good tackle in corner, and we will find out whether it was.
off.
And it
I told you
was
he was
offside. Of course, I mean, Chris, of course it was offside because it's Liverpool.
That's what we do. I want to say miles, but, you know, he's miles off.
2 or 3 of them.
He's miles off.
Yeah. So, free kick to Liverpool. Good to see Joel Matip in the side once again. And he gathers it from the goalkeeper. Right back position, just floats one into the channel, looking for Mohamed Salah. Gets up, heads towards Fabinho. Fabinho loses out. Brighton maintain and are fouled by Fabinho. Neil Mopai sent tumbling to the deck. And it is a Brighton free kick.
Ugh.
Poor Scouser.
I mean, he was sent tumbling to the deck, but I'm not sure there was any need for him to tumble to the deck. Very much like Adam Carney in our footy on Thursday night.
Was it plugged in, see?
Shout out Adam. He went fouled loads by Tom. There we go.
For Brighton.
Commentators will probably be saying that's a bit of a high line by Liverpool there for a free kick.
Yep.
Commentator bingo.
Midway inside Liverpool's half, left hand side. What did he just do then?
Don't know. It's like,
Noise just came out of steam. Which I've never. I'm not sure which orifice it came out of. To be
I think it was a dual orifice noise between nostrils and mouth.
Okay, so try orifice.
Yeah. Mane having to track back there.
Yes, I think Mane chasing back into the left back position there. Up against Trossard. Trossard manages to lay it off. Brighton being well hemmed in here. Trent, oh, it's deflected. And he decided not to cross it at a given opportunity. Brighton maintaining possession really nicely here. Lamptey floats one, it's a header. And it's over the crossbar.
I think that Andrew Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold have swapped sides.
Deliberately.
Can we play commentator bingo?
Yeah.
This is great fun.
The only problem is, that, well, the people at home will have to tell us whether we're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, every time we correctly predict something that the other commentary team has said, can someone let me know? I know obviously really what you want to do is turn their commentary off and just listen to us, but also I am going to be making lots of foodie mouth noises for the next 5 minutes or so take that. It's another shot.
Shit.
Inches wide from Neil Mopai of Liverpool's, well, Alisson's right hand post, the left hand post as he was looking at it. Just managed to turn away there. Between the two centre halves, fired it long. Alisson's
I know it shouldn't matter, or maybe it doesn't, but like, I think Potter comes across as a better manager with that thicker beard that he's got going on.
Yeah. I say big. Just something about like of the times. Back in the day, you used to have like a notepad to make it look like you knew what you were doing, and now it's like a turtleneck and a beard.
Can't do the old beard.
Well, then you've got to go turtleneck. Go with what you got.
Oh, Matip with a great ball through to Salah. Thinks it off to Fabinho. Keita now's got it. Mane's in that 9 position. Diaz has got chalk on his boots on the left-hand side. Robbo goes on the overlap. Back to Virgil van Dijk. Good pressing there by Brighton, actually.
I'd say they're a good team, aren't they? Klopp's clearly got a lot of respect for Brighton. He always speaks very, very highly of them.
Shit.
Mane just lost possession there.
Oh, what a turn that is!
Oh my word, what
a ball.
Marseille turn in the middle of the field there. Ball cut across. No, it's no.
Just the number 20.
Yeah.
And that's what it happens.
Yeah. They still have it on this right hand side. Ball played more central. Yeah, you get a proper Lallana vibes every time you see him, and it is the 20.
Go on, let it go. Well done, Robbo. Brilliant.
And Robbo shepherds Tarek Lamptey out there for a Liverpool goal kick. Let's have another song. What's that? What can be on? That's still not coming through, Joe.
Mane is dropping deep, actually, isn't he? It's a couple of times now. His body's hanging off him as well. You know, again, they win the ball back after it goes to Sadio Mane.
It makes you wonder whether is this in anticipation of Bobby Firmino coming back in? Like, do we feel? Because I wondered this watching Inter Milan, whether that was a proper Bobby Firmino game and we really missed him. And that might be one of those answers to the thing we were discussing, is actually we've played a lot more with a number 9, but bringing more of a false 9 back in these games just to try and destabilise the back 3.
Yeah, I must admit, like, I know that... Oh, no, sorry, March just got it down the right-hand side. I'll leave it to it.
Yeah, Luis Diaz tracking back does well. And
I think it's been slightly exaggerated, what the difference in the role, to be honest with you, because Jota still tracked back. Jota was still in that sort of deep 9. What he was better at was joining the attack. That's the sort of difference to the position.
Yeah, your job doesn't end once the ball's moved on.
Exactly. And it's having that sort of striker's instinct to get into the box, which Mane does have, Jota does have, and I think Firmino is learning more of.
Brighton working it really well. They've got an overlap on that left-hand side. They chose not to use. They've gone for the strike, and it's a comfortable save for Alisson Becker.
Scott T in our Discord saying the travelling cop is very vocal today already, and you would expect that they've been up since the middle of the night to get there.
Yeah, on train since 4:30 this morning. Yeah, good on them. I think Side drove down for this one.
Did he? Yeah, fair play to him. Yeah. Keeper's got it. Now Virgil does. Now Naby does. He's done well there. He's done really well to pick out Trent Alexander-Arnold. He had 2 men hanging off him. Oh, Salah in behind. Mane's going to the front post.
He's got it wide. He's put it wide. Wonderful build-up play. Sadio Mane demanding a corner kick. I thought Salah was going to look for the cutback on the edge because Diaz, I think was
Mane made the run really early, and then Diaz, I think it is, comes in behind. He's never actually getting there, Diaz. It's good tracking by Lamptey on him. Oh, it's a flick off the finger, but it's not going in. It might hit the post. Good play by Salah there. Great little ball around the outside by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Round the outside.
Corner ball. Andy Robertson. Far side.
Hendo's positioning's interesting here. Oh, there we go now. Just it's a bit more standard, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Fabinho actually got in each other's way there. Oh, that's not the greatest of clearance. Is from Brighton there. Looking for it. Let's get it away. John Matip keeps it alive with a diving header.
Well done. Keep going because you've got that. He's got a man. Yes, that's important. See.
Well done, Joel Matip. Manages to regain possession for Liverpool.
As you touch, brilliant.
And he goes all the way back to Alisson Becker. Well done, Liverpool.
Yeah, early possession stats put at 58% to Brighton.
There was something Klopp was keen to talk about again in the pre-match about how it's on like I think he said they're 4th in the league for possession stats this season, which is always interesting to see how when an inverted commas lesser team tries to play that against a team that's got better players who also plays that style.
Oh, what a ball!
It's worked for them so far. Well, it worked in so much as they've had more of the ball. Salah.
Oh, brilliant. Salah picks out
Trent on the left wing now. Looks to open his body up, curls one towards Andy Robertson, lingering at the back post. It's cut out, and it will be a Liverpool throwing over on that far side. Looks like feels like we're getting into this a little bit more.
Does, doesn't it? It really does. Throw in right hand side. Trent switches his position now back to the right to take the throw in. Not a lot of movement. Not a lot of movement. Looks like it's going to be.
Fabinho gets it short. And Trent again goes all the way back to Alisson. Liverpool maintain possession. Virgil sprays it to that left wing. Nice Robertson back over there now. And he looks up and he fires an early ball in towards Mane. It's headed away for now. Liverpool looking to press on the second ball. Brighton doing really well at the moment just to maintain possession. Tarek Lamptey, and he goes back to Sanchez in goal. Oh, wow. Good pressing there once again.
There you go.
Sent down the channel, one for Diaz to chase.
Oh, they've given a foul against Diaz, a push in the back.
That's a Virgil song. Well, it's been a reasonably entertaining first 10 minutes there, hasn't it, Chris? I mean, not necessarily like a Liverpool. Paul, your dinner is illegal in Russia. Lol. Thanks so much for that.
Oh, brilliant, Diaz. Oh, go on, he's gone. Go on. Oh, the ball's not good. The ball's not good.
Diaz, but passed it out for a throw in instead. It was good battling down that left-hand side for the Reds. Yeah, if it, like Brighton, again, you're seeing what they are. They're a confident team. They are all good passers of the ball, look really organised. They clearly know what they're doing. But it feels like Liverpool are just starting to work out ways to hurt them. And I just don't really know what the answer to that is, and whether that's, we've been a bit random, and whether that's capitalising on circumstance or it's been deliberate in how we've kind of moved players around the pitch. But yeah, I
think a lot of it for Liverpool is transitions, isn't it? If they're having the ball, how do we transition to a point where we're going to attack quickly? I think the Salah cross for Mane is one of them. They had the ball, then all of a sudden it was quickly out to Trent, and before you know it, you're in behind. But that's the beauty of this Liverpool side, isn't it? It doesn't matter. We know how to skin a cat. Yeah, that's it. We can go 35 passes and score a goal like we did the other week, or we can do it in 3, or we can do Alisson to Mo Salah. That's what we're good at. We're good at thinking on our feet and working it out.
The thing about coming into possession-based side is that you get to do the things that people do against you. Yeah. So what's the archetypal way to undo a game where Liverpool are dominating possession? It's actually been quite direct. It's quick balls. It's looking to get on the shoulder. It's looking to get in behind, because I don't know. People don't talk about. I don't know how high a line Brighton play, but we've seen already that opportunity. Yeah, Trent Salah's immediately on his bike. He's not looking to get it to feet. He's looking to make sure that he's getting that space in behind their back 3, and whether that's just Liverpool being a bit more sucker punchy in this one. Yeah. But that being said, we've literally just looks like the last 5 minutes we've just taken the ball and kept the ball.
It's a fluid thing, isn't it, a footy match? I think everyone knows that. Oh, that's a good ball by Alisson as he falls over to make it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He plays it quickly down the wing, goes on the 1-2 with Mo Salah. Trent now 30 yards from goal. Ooh. It was a poor ball really from Trent. Diaz was making the run inside. Salah wins the ball back high up the pitch though.
Trent. Salah's got it again. Jordan Henderson on the overlap. Again, just trying to feed that ball through. Yeah, it was Ivan Needle kind of stuff there, and Henderson just couldn't quite thread it. Brighton have it on that left-hand side.
Trossard, was it?
Yeah, he's a really good player. Ball looped hard and long. Robertson needs to switch on here, and he does. And that's a wonderful header directed towards Naby Keita. Not know whether he did that or missed it, but it worked briefly anyway.
I think he saw them out the corner of his eye and decided, but there was another guy behind him.
Yeah.
It was unlucky that.
Liverpool maintain possession. Robertson has it. He goes down the line to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, physical battle with Tarek Lamptey, tries to Cruyff him, complains to the referee.
Go on, get on your bike now, Diaz.
Change out of Mike Dean there. And it's up with Solly March and Diaz.
There you go.
And Keita and Diaz linking up wonderfully to win the ball
Diaz
back. Play on.
Fuck off, referee. Absolute joke. He's hanging all over bloody Louis Diaz to begin with. The referee doesn't give anything. There's literally no foul. Lamptey's hurt himself a touch. Hang on, before I say there's literally no foul.
Got right to the eyes there.
He's fine at this point. It's Robertson, I think, that's the problem. Look, he's playing on. He's absolutely fine. Oh.
He's absolutely fine. Yeah, and the referee stopped that for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, just checking. No reason whatsoever. Okay. Let's have every other Saturday.
They're pressing well. They're pressing high up the pitch. They're using the 2 midfielders to get onto get onto our fullbacks as well. Pretty good so far. Hendo doing well. There you go. Salah's there. Oh no, he's not. Well, he is there, but he's not.
It's still, yeah.
He's still wasn't an apparition. Salah closing down the goalkeeper now.
I'm really close to fucking Hamlet there and stopped myself.
Good. Because it would have gone.
Absolutely.
Now, had you quoted Midsummer Night's Dream?
Yeah. Okay. Liverpool pressing really well. Naby Keita's trying to drive it forward. It's into the box. hacked clear momentarily. Fabinho will try to keep it alive, can't win the header. It's well held up there by Neil Maupay, and he brings... brings Brighton back into the game, looking to come forward in numbers. Trent blocks the pass through, and that will be a Brighton throw-in.
Abe, that's not fair. Abe's in our Discord going, not sure if anyone else is noticing this, but I think the clock counts is 1.5 seconds early. It's not. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Joe's absolutely nailed it. It's the best I've ever seen.
It is, yeah. And the only consideration, by the way, on that is we're watching the HD version, which is slightly slower than the SD version, so it might
But you can only sync up to what you can sync up to.
Yeah, exactly. So to the point.
And anyway, Abe.
Yeah. Thanks, Abe.
He's typing. I can see he's typing. If it's not a GIF, like someone sticking a tongue out, then you've lost. Just say.
Did you see it? I don't know. I put it in the Discord that was pointed out to me by a friend that if you type Scouser into the Discord GIF search, the me and James Redmen thing comes up as
nice.
as the top thing. Yeah, it's good to be more famous for being a background character in someone else on our channel's interview.
Welcome to my world.
They're in.
Ball, that
Alisson
is.
judges really well. Comes out and shuts down the danger before Trossard can get on the end of the through ball. I mean, that's forever our concern with how we play, is that the knife edge that we live on of through ball. Liverpool are, and I'm going to say these words and then I have to immediately caveat them, but susceptible to through balls. They're not, because we play an exceptionally efficient offside trap, but it feels like we are. And inevitably, people do score goals against us by playing through balls. But
like they do every team. What a run by Hendo, wide there.
Right wing.
Salah in the middle. So is Diaz coming in late.
Oh, just couldn't quite get a decent connection on it. Trent tries to lay it back to Henderson. It's blocked, and it's a Liverpool throw-in, more or less.
Do you want to know what Abe said?
Go on.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to be. We can't. I always say, and a good thing to say to like your partner is, I'll try to be a better man for you if you ever get things wrong, because it kind of cuts the legs off any argument. But we couldn't be any better for you, Abe. So just know that we're giving you our all, and by we, I mean Joe's doing an exceptional job. The greatest synced match clock in the history of Redmen TV watch-alongs.
It is true. We should get him a badge. Or a certificate.
Are you happy with that, Joe?
A certificate?
Yeah, you're not getting a trophy.
What a ball! Diaz! Oh, he's it!
Oh, it's Diaz! He's been cleaned out in the process, but he's managed to get his head on the ball. Oh my word, he does not look good at all there. Riding in pain on the floor, but the ball was played over the top. He got the decisive touch on it. He deflected into the back of the net. Liverpool are 1-0 up, but the trainers have rushed onto the field here. Very quick to sort this one out. You can see it.
What a ball by Matip.
Joel Matip takes that extra touch, strides into their half, and then just
he's onside,
floats the ball over the top.
So brave. Oh, it's the trailing arm of the goalkeeper.
Look at that one.
A clothesline from hell!
Oh, with a knee. Is it? Does he just knee him in the stomach?
Oh, yeah. Shit.
It's
got to be a red card, but
could well be a red card.
Double, whatever it's called.
Oh, it's a goal, isn't it? So it's... he's done really...
Oh, shit.
That is a nightmare. That knee to the sternum.
What a goal. What a ball by Joel Matip, though.
Yeah.
What bravery by Luis Diaz. Yeah. What a header.
Liverpool are asking the question, I'm certain of it, and they'll just be checking it. There you go, checking for red
card.
Checking
it for red card. He's got to be gone. You can't do that. I
mean, again, we always say this: if you do that, if you did that in the middle of the pitch and you're that late in your tackle, the goalkeeper's come out with his and yeah. Speaking as a can't carry member of the goalkeepers union, I always feel a little bit of sympathy in those situations, because you come out and you make yourself big, but yeah.
I mean,
anywhere else that's dangerous play.
Credit where it's due. The fact the goalkeeper kept his balance and spun. Look, 1, 2, sticks the landing.
It's a finisher, Chris. That's a finishing move he's just done.
I can't believe he stuck the landing. He's got to go.
Yeah, no, I think he's got away with it here.
Is he going over to look? No, nothing. Just give him the goal. He's all
Diaz
right. That's
is
the
up.
main
The
thing.
most important thing, Luis Diaz, the goal scorer, is up and looks okay. So a quick word with Jurgen Klopp there. Jurgen Klopp gives him a smile
Yes.
and a hug, and he's got, don't hug me too hard. Don't hug me too tight, Jurgen. Yeah, no further action against the goalkeeper. No further action against the goal, because of course there couldn't be. Joel Matip assist. Luis Diaz with another goal for Liverpool Football Club, and what a goal it was. He's won the ball back again. Brighton just getting lucky there. Lamptey plays it back, and Brighton are rocked here. No? Okay, so. Is Diaz. Oh my word, Luis Diaz juggling the ball over Brighton heads.
Gone high on him, now
away.
they've gone low. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. They're working every one of the body parts.
Lamptey went to his torso before, I'm sure. Oh, Trent, you're offside, mate. There you go, that's better.
In fact, someone's nailed it here. They're Farner in the comments.
If you were wondering what happened.
Harold Schumacher. I didn't know Harold was his first name. I knew it was Schumacher. It was the goalie who ran out and absolutely murdered someone on the edge of his 18-yard box. Very similar. Bit worse.
40 lads.
Yeah, I lost about 4 teeth up there. Trent.
Did he not get a yellow? Because,
Not
they literally just checked it for serious foul play, and I didn't see a yellow card even come out.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, I don't believe so.
It's a great header.
I mean, to the point.
Surely he's got a yellow.
It's dangerous play, that, isn't it?
He never got a yellow card.
Never even got a yellow. There you go.
He looks like he'd be tidy in the ring, Sanchez, doesn't he?
Big fella.
What type of costume do you think he'd wear? I think he'd be one of those just sort of briefs and big boots.
See, I was going to say, he's got a combination factor of height but agility. I think he'd go not on the top half. Long
trousers.
Long trousers, yeah.
It's a good shout. And I'll step back to your wrestling expertise there.
Here comes Joel Matip again. Joel Matip on lead.
Oh, Joel.
Lovely little
Look
dribble.
at Diaz again.
Ball to Trent. Trent needs a little bit of help to get himself out of Jordan Henderson slip, so Trent takes up that position.
I hate that word. I fucking hate the word slip. I fucking can't. Like, it was 8 years ago, and every time someone says the word slip, oh my God, I need to get over it. Like,
exposed nerve.
We've won everything since then pretty much, and I'm not over it.
We will have done by the end of this season anyway. Free kick to Liverpool, right hand side. It's about 10 yards, 5 to 10 yards outside the 18-yard box. Trent has spotted it. Puts it down. He's got Robbo over there with him, maybe. Little conversation about the in-swinger. Trent's put the ball down, so you'd be surprised if Robbo takes it. Trent measures his steps out here. Takes some deep breaths. Be looking for runners at that back post, including Joel Matip. Gets over. Good header. Very good defending there. Just managed to get a decent headed connection. Flicks it away at the back post. Great run from Mane there as well, isn't it? He's just... He gets up there, he goes through the motion. Just the ball's not there by the time he does.
You've got to go through the motion as well, because you've just got to guess that it's coming to you, haven't you?
It's funny that, isn't it? That you don't really think about that in football. I've actually been thinking about that a lot because I've been playing a bit more tennis, and how you pull your arm back in anticipate before the ball's crossed the net, and it's a weird thing to think about, because most things in life you react to. Yeah, you just react to things as they happen. It's like that bit we talked about this before, like that Ronaldo one where he crossed the ball in and they turned the lights off, and he's still able to get it. Andy Robbo wrestling there. That was a good little sidewalk slam, that, wasn't it?
What's interesting is this isn't a Brighton side that I've seen before. These are being a bit gnarly with us. I don't associate that with Brighton.
I'm sure a bit of this at Anfield, but that's the next step, isn't it? And again, I'm talking about this Klopp and Klopp's football and how much of an impact that's had. I had a debate with the United fan
fuck off, you.
And he was talking about Guardiola and how his style of football changed football and a revolution. I was like, that's true, but Klopp's football changed Guardiola's football. And this is the thing, now it's all well and good of having a football team that can pass the ball around, but if you're a nice team that plays nice football, you're getting relegated, because the Burnleys of this world will just come in and brutalise you. And now, because the top teams play like that as well, both ends of the table are battering you. So you've not. It's a bit hard to nothing. So you need to add that grit to your game.
I completely agree with that. But the team that I would say did it best and first that I remember was the Arsenal side under Wenger, who had that steal from Petit and Vieira in the centre of the park. They had the Adams, but they were known for playing incredible football. And actually, when you think back to that Arsenal side, that's what surprised me most about the later Wenger years, is that he never had that steal.
That. Yeah. It was a bit of that was like the Arsenal DNA that remained from George Graham. Trent with the cross into the back post. Andy Roberts there. He's going to fire it over the box. It's Andy Robertson. Love you, Andy. Yeah. No, it's often you think about that, don't you? Because Yerry brought Petit in. I believe he did. And obviously Vieira and co. But the back four was largely a remnant of what had gone before. When he was tasked, he wanted to accelerate this beautiful football game and lost. And Arsenal, what we knew about Arsenal became, Arsenal just don't like it in the face. Troy Deeney,
they're not trying to score.
Adores talking about just bullying Arsenal.
That's it, isn't it? And I quite rightly glossed over the Rioch years there, because it was literally George Graham. But Everton had a little bit of that, didn't they, when they had Moyes and went to the Martinez?
Exactly.
It was exactly the same.
Yeah, it's true. If you want to survive in the Premier League, you can't be. When you've got to play to the cliches of the national football identity to some extent. Premier League is fast and it's strong, and technical has come lately, and there's obvious exceptions to that. And as you mentioned, the Arsenal team ahead of its time in terms of the technical attributes that it brought to the league, but it's those players stood out. You know, the flair players genuinely stood out like a sore thumb in that league. You know, that's why people go on about like when Zola come into the league and when, you know, and obviously Bergkamp and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Janino.
Yeah, no, Janino. Yeah. So yeah, good. I like that. I like Brighton. I do. I think they're a good awful team.
I like them better when they're 1-0.
Even more. I genuinely, absolutely.
Neverman is here says, I've just lost it.
And a wonderful little flick through there. Sorry, Chris. Diaz kept it off. Henderson fires it into the box. Corner ball.
He was trying to head it completely the other way. Then I'm convinced of it.
Dunk looking at a shades of Ralph Little about him there.
50p.
Salah looked offside there actually.
And it probably would have been given had it gone in, but it didn't, so it's not. He's not so read it that way, I'm sure of it. Neverman is here said, they had a strong goalkeeper too, Arsenal, and every great Premier League side has an incredible spine from goalkeeper, centre back, centre midfield, forward. I'm convinced of that.
Trent, outswinger, heart of the penalty.
Matip, Fabinho took it off.
Oh, Salah on the volley over the bar.
Fabinho took it off Diaz's foot then, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a little bit too crowded for Liverpool to get.
Worked the space well though.
It's Verge, isn't it, who heads it back across the 18-yard box?
Was it? I thought it was Matip actually. Wow.
Yeah.
They were both in the same area, weren't they?
Yeah. There's been quite a bit of that, hasn't there?
Oh.
So it's actually not miles away. It's
miles away.
Half a mile, maybe. Mile singular. What's a ringer for? This has all been very pleasant so far.
It has. Sun is shining.
The weather is sweet. And we've got a brand of takeaway fast food, which is very tasty, that we are loving.
What's for dinner? Says he's talking about me. He says, I bet you secretly laughs at McDonald's. I fucking love it, to be fair, mate. I like shit food and I like good food. I like all food, as evidenced by, you know, my body and body shape. That's a good little throw. Straight from Trent to Virgil van Dijk. Naby's made a nice little run into the 10 position there. It was a pity there's no one on the left.
Yeah.
That's where we needed the run.
Anyway, Liverpool retreat back from Robbo to Vers to Ali. curls one up in the air back to Van Dijk, and Van Dijk once again goes back to Robertson and Liverpool. 3 passes later, they're back exactly where they were, but on the front foot with a little bit of dynamism to the play. Mane inside. Henderson probably goes the wrong way there, yeah, and you can see Trent's just a little bit annoyed that the ball didn't come to him then.
That's brilliant.
Mane
That's
dances past his man. Henderson has it again. And again, Liverpool haven't quite found the avenue to work their way through Brighton to go back to the goalkeeper. And it's the good thing about this game, and I think we'll see a lot more of this in the back end of the season, Chris. I don't think we're going to have quite so many of those, you know,
4s and 5s.
4s and 5s. It's possible, but I think they'll come like late on in a game if a couple of the substitutes have a little late flurry type of game, whereas I think we're going to play really control foot. If we get 1-0 up in a first half, we're not going to be pressing the insanity button to get a second in the first half.
And I think it comes down to the sports science of it all, and I'm sure you're sort of alluding to that as well, Paul, is that it is a marathon, not a sprint, and there's no point in emptying the tank at this stage of the season. You've just got to still be there. Corner taken.
It's headed by
Fabinho, maybe? Or Mane?
Gets the head on it.
Interesting.
Directs it towards goal. It's a comfortable save for the goalkeeper, but again, Liverpool looking dangerous from those corners. Brilliantly cut out by Naby Keita. The keeper went long quickly. Keita read it, snuffed out of the danger.
Abe's just put into our Discord chat, Diaz is the perfect addition, and I think that we are seeing that, aren't we, at the moment. I know it's still early days, and you try to temper your excitement a little bit, don't you? But my word, what a signing this guy is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He just looks... Mane! Sadio Mane! Oh, he was juggling the ball. Free-form football from Sadio Mane. He turned on it.
Head, look.
Yeah. Yeah. He drove towards goal. And he just left-footed, just couldn't get the power to test the goalkeeper. I don't know if you've done this. If you did this, I certainly haven't. Danny Hartridge-Smith in our Club Legend Discord chat reminding us to remind the chat to like the stream. Yes, if you're watching right now and you're watching on YouTube and you haven't liked the stream, like the stream. We've only got 577 likes. We should have done this. Yeah, we need 1,000 to guarantee a positive result for Liverpool.
Oh dear.
Listen, if they score now, it's your fault for not liking it. Quick like it.
Well done, Joel. Joel liked it.
Well done, likers. Yeah, 643. Good, going in the right direction there.
I think you might have missed the super chat earlier on from Trig Josh as well.
I don't think I've read a single comment here. Apologies, everyone. Ryan Warren said earlier, sometimes I wish Fabrizio Romano would jog on. Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he does definitely accentuate things that maybe not quite 100% factual. Rabadam says, in Patrick Vieira we trust. Yeah, we'll definitely have that conversation if we get through this.
Liverpool's first goal kick, is it, that I've noticed? And Alisson's taken it, which is different to the weekend when they had Virgil van Dijk taking it. So I wonder if it was an Inter thing.
Yeah, could be.
Or whether, you know,
but they did a few,
you conceded from it.
They did a few different ones, didn't they? So yeah, we'll have to see whether they do go back to that.
There was 2 of them on him again. But this is great. If there's 2 players on Luis Diaz already this early on into his Liverpool career, what's that going to mean for Salah on the other side?
See, Mane's having a bit of joy as well, isn't he? Because again, it's a short blanket syndrome. It's not too bad because they've got the 3 and potentially the 5 if they drop the wing backs in. But then, in turn, that gives Naby a little bit more room, or it gives Jordan a bit more room, or Trent a bit more room. So, yeah. Free kick to Liverpool then. Sorry, I'll come back to the comments in a second. Trent, you're going to step over that. Robertson flies it in.
Oh!
Solid hands from the goalkeeper there. Just snatched it off the queue of Liverpool waiting heads at the back post. Jam van der Ham is a new member. Welcome as a first teamer. Yeah, if you're wondering what you get with that, you get access to the live members only chat in the post-match fan reaction show, which I'll be hosting after the match. Trig Josh, is there going to be a rush to sign Chelsea players on a free? And if so, are we interested in any for Liverpool? Loads of them, to be perfectly honest, but there's something that I don't think people have considered on this. So I did a big show with Neil Jones on Thursday, the Journal Insight. We had a big old in-depth chat around what this could mean for Chelsea and the latest news on it and stuff. But it was a point he made. Like, what happens? The license is only till the 31st of May, and with the sale and what happens to player contracts. And he was like, all this is dependent. Like the war might come to an end. And it's like, oh god, yeah. It just might, and then all of this will be a bit of a moot point. But it is interesting. It's
go on, Naby. Oh, Is it Sadio, sorry?
Yeah, so it's popcorn moments in it with Chelsea at the moment. Yeah, just sitting there, just waiting for new things to happen. But go on, if you could poach a Chelsea player, who would you poach?
I really like Mason Mount, and I know he's not really had the impact this season that he's had in previous years. I really like Christian Pulisic still as well. They're the two guys that sort of excite me as a fan. I think Rudiger's really, 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 really good as well. Yeah. But I don't think he gets into our side.
No.
And
Salah looked like he was fouled there after his play on.
That's probably it. I mean, listen, we could go on the youth players, and they've got a great crop of youth players, and they've got loads of players out on loan that are going to be good prospects and stuff as well. I don't know enough about them, and I've not seen them to be able to talk about them.
For me, I look at like what they're looking first thing. I like Pulisic. I agree on that one. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz. If we wanted to just replace Roberto Firmino. You know, he's Bobby Firmino, but he's like 6 inches taller. You know. Which would definitely be a useful one, but yeah, we'll just see. We'll take it away. That'd be fine.
But a serious thing, like if you can take the legs off them, take the legs off them. You know, every one of the top 6 should be trying to do that. Not just to make yourself better, but to make them worse. Yeah. Like, and if between the top 6, 5 of us can take their 5 best players, brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm all for it.
Lovely little reverse ball to Jordan Henderson. He loops it up, headed away for now.
I just want to say as well, sorry, this right-hand side's working really well with Hendo again, as well as we've seen for quite a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Man, he found the game there and another free kick. Deep on the left-hand side for Liverpool.
Done some statistics so far. I've got them open on the iPad if you want. Ball possession now firmly in our favour, 57% to 43%. 6 shots for us, 3 for them. 4 on target for us, 1 for them. Obviously it's 1-0. We've had 3 corner kicks. They've had none. We've had 1 big chance. They've had none. We've had 4 shots from inside the box as Robertson lines up this free kick.
Yes. So as mentioned, it is deep on that left-hand side. Just diagonally away from the corner of the 18-yard box. Robertson and Trent over it.
It's been Robbo the last few, hasn't it? Yeah. So I'd imagine it's be him again.
I think it was Robbo who set it, but we'll see. No, Trent goes deep. Not deep enough. Salah heads the rebound. It's dropped to Trent. Oh, he sliced it. He went for the chop down on the ball. And, I mean, the movements on that ball was exceptional, Chris Pager, but nowhere near the goal.
He sliced it, didn't he? Like, you know what I mean? It's like a backhand in tennis or something, isn't it? You know, sliced backhand. If that was Thiago, we'd be having another go at that. Yeah.
But that's another thing. I mean, Trent has been doing those passes for a while, but that's you've been training with Thiago, and I'm going to have a shot that way. Right, comment. Daniel McMurray, who's been a wonder kid for 8 months, his new MacBooks, lads. Courtesy of Steve and his glass of water last week. Oh no. Steve's laptop survived and his job as well. So yeah, he managed to clean up his torrent of liquid from last time. But it deeply affected him. That's what we'll say. I did have a comment before saying, who are these 2 lads doing the stream?
There was another comment from someone. There was another comment from someone saying Steve and Errol can get 1,000 likes easy, which is a little disappointing. So, if you want Steve and Errol back on the next watch along, you need to like the video. Equally, if you don't, like the video.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll just decide what to do, whatever we want to do. David Long, this is obviously around the goal. If he hadn't scored, it would have been a pen and a red. Now I don't think you can get, this is what Chris was alluding to, because of double jeopardy, you can't get a pen and a red, I don't think, because I don't think you can. But anyway, it was. I'm amazed that the keeper didn't get a yellow. It's a wild. Mane.
Oh, what a ball that is!
Swatted the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time ball. Good save. Good save. It didn't have the power, but it was a wonderful.
His hair cushioned it.
He did a little bit too much. Took a little bit of pace off the ball there.
Mine wouldn't have, Mane. It'd sped up off
Mane ball is terrible to Trent, but it makes him take it on the volley.
Is he going for goal or is he trying to... No, he's going for goal. He's going for goal, yeah.
Of course, he's Mohamed Salah. Lives for it.
What a guy.
Lachil saying Darren Fletcher, Joel Matip, who hasn't scored yet this season. Oh, really? Wow, these are the pros. Michael Lewis poses the question, what Derby goal was best? Gary Max or Origi? Yeah, it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, at the time, nothing came close to that Gary McAllister goal. And it maybe just time and recency and freshness and stuff. And I wasn't actually at that derby. So, like, I remember hearing it on, like, the radio. And it was phenomenal. But, yeah, asking someone who was present for both, that might be might be a lot closer. But, yeah, Divock Origi, man, good God. What a moment that was. And Mary McKenzie has joined as a wonder kid. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us. Actually, we haven't done the soundbite thing for a while. You can have a boom. Boom.
Oh, you didn't want to describe this. Was
2 booms. Boom. 3. Right, let's have some. Let's have Sadio. Lampy's got a throw in for Brighton, very, very high up on that right hand side. Looking for movement. Finds. Man gets it back.
Finds a man. Finds, checks brain, doesn't know a man.
Yeah, goes past Keita. Keita tackles back. It's another throw into Brighton.
I think I prefer the man.
From the man. And again, Brighton throw. Lamptey again. Oh, Keita blocks it this time, but concedes the corner in doing so.
Rafa in our Discord doesn't know whether he's coming or going. I'm kind of glad he didn't get sent off. We played crap against 10 men. I guess we already had our goal though, so I actually have no idea if I'm glad now. Good to see you can say the word crap in our Discord server.
Yeah, good. Yeah, modification. Oh, Salah put Lamptey under pressure there. He's managed to come away with it. Brighton building down that right hand side. Trossard. Naby Keita tries to mash a car.
Oh, well done, Robert. That's superb. Oh, go on. Who's there? Diaz is. Oh, it's Salah.
Salah. Mo Salah, how's your pace?
He's gone past him.
He's gone past this man. He's into the box. Salah! Oh, no. Just couldn't get a good connection on it.
The gap was there as well. He had the near post, but I think he's been fouled.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's like he's all over me in the penalty area.
Remonstrating with the officials there. Rightly so. I mean, he doesn't get free kicks or penalties, does he, Mo? So I don't even know why he bothers asking.
I heard a random stat the other day. I don't know whether it was you that was telling me, or it might have been Steve Plunk actually. It was something like to do with the amount of touches to get a foul, and it's like Kane's like 30 touches.
Lewis Diaz tries to feed Salah in. It's a heavy one, and he just can't quite keep it in.
It's something like Kane's like 30 touches, and someone else like 30 touches, and Salah's like 90 odd touches to get any kind of a free kick and stuff. Now, he does take a lot of touches, Salah, to be fair.
There's been a lot of work done on that this week, actually. And like Paul Tompkins did a big thing about like the amount of times that.
Yeah, he's getting pulled back. I'm sorry. Look at this. Basuma it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's all over him as he's shooting. Look, pull. Tony Blakewell as well saying sorry, Paul. Wasn't it Paul Tompkins? It definitely wasn't Paul Tompkins that told me, and I didn't read the article.
There's been a couple. Paul Tompkins did a big old deep dive on it, and it was a bit beyond the level of time I had to really dive into to grow my understanding enough to properly get it. But broadly, he created a chart, and Salah was so far off the chart that he had to change the values of the axes in order to get Salah onto it.
What a header that is! Big Veg coming in. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Ball goes back to Sanchez once again.
Someone's put it in the Discord server. Zaha, thank you for that.
Yeah, I've got it here. Yeah.
It's Abe, thank you, mate.
Yeah, Abe has put that in there in the Discord chat. Zaha gets fouled every 12 or so touches of the ball. Maddison every 15. Grealish every 18. Pulisic 18. Kane, Vardy, Bowen and Sterling every 25 touches. Mo Salah has 61 touches per foul. Fabinho.
Mane dropping deep again, and Trent hitting that space. Bless you.
Oh, Trent,
what a ball!
Oh,
Salah didn't want any of that, goalkeeper.
Bit of a test.
He would not want any of that, would you?
Sanchez did really well there, coming off his line and claiming that one. And this game's creeping towards half-time, so in the 30 seconds of additional time remaining. I'm not sure, a minute and a half of additional time remaining on this one. Yeah, so far, so good for the Reds. Brighton have it just on the halfway line, looking to work something over on that left flank. Good little interchange of passes, maintaining the ball. Can Liverpool put them under additional pressure? That's a twat of a pass, and it's gone all the way across the pitch, and it is a throw-in to Liverpool. Yeah, just panicked a little bit, and that's one of those encouraging signs that we always talk about in how a team plays. A team that plays a passing style, when they start making unforced errors, that's when you know that psychologically you're starting to win the war.
Absolutely. Well, and Diaz not giving it up at all. Come
away.
off it, lads. You're having a
Softest
laugh,
of fouls on Solly Mark.
What the hell? This is the thing that pisses me off about footy at the moment, is that, like, it just seems like sometimes you just got a different referee each side.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that referee against Inter Milan was just crazy bad.
Yeah.
But why did he let some things go and there's just no consistency whatsoever? I'd be fine if you're just going to be a little bit of a dick and give everything.
It's a big one to chase for Salah. He keeps it in, he cuts it back. Oh, he just couldn't find Mane, and it's back the way once again for a Liverpool throw-in. Yeah, no, I
Or just let it all go. Just pick one or the other. Don't flip-flop from one to the other.
There was nothing more of a foul about that free kick than what happened to Salah in the box.
Exactly. So it's the inconsistencies that piss it off. Yeah. I'll live with the rules, whatever the rules are, but the interpretation of the rules by the same referee being different each time a foul's made is what really grinds my gears. That and the fact they've moved switches on lamps.
Half-time at the Amex, Brighton 0, Liverpool 1. Yeah, a really good game of football, actually, Chris.
Yeah, it was good. It started a little bit. They started really well, didn't they? They settled into the game, I think, much faster than we did, that sort of first 10 minutes. Then we started to slowly just dominate the ball and just sort of test and probe and prod. And, you know, we had that early chance for Sadio Mane, I think it was about 8-9 minutes in, something like that. Get that goal with Luis Diaz, great play by Joel Matip and stuff. And then since then, it's kind of been plain sailing for Liverpool. Mm-hmm. This is exactly the type of control in the game and scoreline that we'd hope to have at this point.
Yeah, it's no, I agree on all of that. It definitely feels more like Liverpool, if they carry on like this, and I don't think it will, because half-time just changes the natural flow of football matches, gives Brighton a chance to reset and have a little rethink about what they're doing. But Liverpool also tend to be better in second halves of football as well, and they've had a similar chance to do these kind of things. It feels that what I'm driving at here is that, yeah, it took us a few minutes to kind of get into the rhythm of the football match. We've grabbed the ball back, so we've wrested possession back to make the game more our type of game of footy.
Sorry to interrupt, but when you start the first 10 minutes and it's 57-43 in their favour and you end the game 57-43 in yours, you're probably up 65 through the rest of the half, aren't you, to turn that round?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And since then, we're better on the ball. We're using the ball better. We're causing them more issues when they have the ball. We're disrupting what they're trying to do, and we just look like we're going to score another goal. And it's been a couple of not quite nearly moments where we haven't quite been able to get a clean connection in the 18-yard box. But there's plenty of times where we've had dangerous balls into dangerous areas, and they are living on the edge, just getting heads to things and just managing to get it away. I feel like there's a lot of diminishing returns with that. And also, it doesn't really matter whether there is or not, because we got the goal. So we're 1-0 up. So Liverpool actually can dictate what happens here. They need to be careful of that sucker punch, particularly in the first 10-15 minutes of the second half. I feel we've been a little weaker in that spell a few times this season. But, yeah, it's just been, as you say, pretty plain sailing, really enjoyable.
Yeah, got some comments here. Jeff in the old disco, good to see you, mate. Good half that. We've been playing well and we're probably in the most control that I've seen against Brighton. Ryan, decent half since the goal, but Henderson was absolutely awful again. I disagree with you, Ryan. I think Henderson was really good on that right-hand side. I mentioned it about 5 minutes before half time, Trent and Hendo going round the outside of Mo Salah is sort of working for us, isn't it, at the moment? And, I hark back to early on in the season when that was Liverpool. That was what we were doing. Yep. So I like his positioning at the moment. I think when we've got control, he wants to have the ball, he wants to be involved, he wants to play those little triangles with Trent and Mohamed Salah. And the encouraging thing for me is that when we are getting the ball into the box, we've had all three of the lads on the end of chances. As I mentioned earlier, Mane early on, Salah's drove from that left-hand side and got in. He's had that volley from a corner as well, Salah. Diaz has obviously got the goal. So they're all getting into the box and they're dovetailing quite nicely, aren't they, at the moment?
And for the side, we talked about this, they've got between 3 and 5 at the back. The amount of space we've worked all of our front three into at various times. Salah's had that one from the left-hand side where he runs in behind. The one that you mentioned there where he cuts it back for Sadio from the right-hand side, from Trent's pass. He's been in there. Mane's finding loads of space, just dropping a little bit deeper and running onto things. And yeah, Diaz has had a great game and scored from a similar situation of getting into space behind. So yeah, it's just been a good old attacking game of football from the Reds.
What I can't get my head around, Paul, is that goalkeeper Sanchez never got sent off.
Yeah,
that's a real mad one. I'm sure they're going to spend all of half time talking about it. Surely it's a red.
Yeah, I think it should be. I think that it's nothing is the most baffling part. Give me yellow.
If it's an outfield player, is it a red?
Probably, yeah. I mean, as in probably, like, it's not massively different to what Mane did to Ederson. I know it's like his foot's high and he kicks him in the face, but it's like his knee is a sternum collarbone almost sort of height, and the
ball's gone.
The ball's gone past him. He's effectively left the leg in. He's not trying to save the ball. And he's late to it. Oh,
there's the speaker.
There's the speaker.
Jesus
well done,
Christ.
Joe. Fuck me. Just took 6 months off.
I nearly ended up under the table then. Like a fucking earthquake. Fight or flight, and I'd gone under the table.
Now, apparently, Steve sent us this. Peter Walton was saying on BT that VAR should have sent Mike Dean to the monitor to look at it. And that's the thing for me. Given some of the mad things we've seen them go to the monitors for, like that one, that's...
Oh, Stuart Atwell on VAR.
Oh, God knows. But the...
Who's on VAR?
Atwell. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, Chris, who would you be like, oh, sound?
None of them.
They're all fucking terrible, aren't they?
Yeah.
I still think Mike Dean's that bad a actual referee. But
he's not.
But he's got that wrong there, and they've all got that wrong there. I just don't see why you wouldn't just go and have a look, and why you wouldn't be advised to go and look at it. It's just, I think a lot of this boils down to, I remember Klopp saying this about like referees haven't played the game, and it always comes across as like, so you don't know, and it's like, it's more from like, you don't understand the physics of the game as much, and I think goalkeepers are just such a weird anomaly within all that they've got even less chance of understanding goalkeepers and what that means for what he does. So you end up with penalty area rules and rest of the field rules. So you see this from corners and you see this from penalty decisions and what have you. Like the goalie comes out. If he was the centre half and Diaz ran through and got ahead of him and he did that, he would absolutely be sent off.
Yeah, I suppose that playing devil's advocate on this, the centre half's got no reason to have his arm up there as well. Yeah. The goalkeeper does have a legitimate reason to put his arm up.
To the point, but what I mean is I don't think a defender would tackle like that. But if a defender just scythed the man down and he's knocked it round him and he's taken him out, you just get sent off.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was saying to you before. I asked you the question. Yeah. It's like, it's a clear red card for me. And that's the thing. Look, not every player knows the rules to the game, and I think that's become apparent over the last couple of years as well. And not every referee is going to understand the player's perspective, but you don't have to understand the player's perspective. You have to understand the rules, and the rules are, in that instance, is it serious foul play or not? Yes, it's serious foul play. That's serious foul play. Yeah. You're endangering an opponent. That's all that matters.
What else does he have to do to make that serious foul play? Is the question. Like, what's his leg? I mean, what's he?
His legs, his hand is what's going for the ball. Yeah. His leg is irrelevant in that situation. And you can jump and not put your leg there because his hand's the one that's going for the ball.
Yeah, he's trying to star jump it, and the problem is that people, he's star jumping. That's a good goalkeeper thing. But when you get it wrong, you've got it wrong. You've spread your legs out and volleyed another footballer. And I wonder whether the fact that the ball goes in the back of the net is another thing that he's just gone. Well, you've got the goal.
Shouldn't matter.
No, I know.
Shouldn't matter.
No, shouldn't matter at all.
And this is where it comes back to this double jeopardy stuff. Why? Why does that matter?
Yeah.
Sorry. We scored even though you were fouling us.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be sent off. Why does that matter?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the fucking price of fish?
Yeah. Well, no, the double jeopardy thing is around the goalkeeper thing, so that you don't get sent, you don't concede a penalty and get sent off.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Because the penalty is the punishment.
No, the penalty is what happens when you get a foul in the area.
No, but that's the
But it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's like if it was outside the area, you'd get a free kick.
Yeah.
And your man would be sent off.
Yeah.
So why change the rule when it's in the area?
Because you get a free kick at the goal, an uncontested shot at goal, effectively.
You would have a free kick.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's exactly the same.
I'm telling you what they've done. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. It's like if the man made a foul that warrants a red card, that's his fault. It's not anyone else's. It's not the lad who's got the balls.
Well, you're right. But look, this is the problem with rules: is that it's not for situations like that. It's for your random ones where it's a penalty. So a goalkeeper just takes, you know what I mean? Like it's not for dangerous. It's not for serious foul play situations. It's for that. So you don't end. It's to keep 11 men on the pitch effectively.
And that's unfortunately what the referee has decided there by the ball hitting the back of the net.
Yeah. He's just gone, yeah, fine, whatever. They've got the goal. Let's move on with the game. Again, it's baffling. Why just book him?
And the other thing as well. Sorry to keep going on this. He had time while Diaz was down to go and check VAR. It wouldn't have actually taken any more time out of the game. He could have gone straight over there and looked while our medical staff were looking at Diaz.
Yeah. It's just a red card. There's no way that shouldn't be a red card. It's a bit mad that he's not. And it comes down to, and this is the lack of transparency on all this, either he's decided not a chance, that's a red. And he's gone, no, I'm the referee, and I'm not even going to, or the VAR, Stuart Atwell has gone, it's not a red, don't bother. And so either way, one of the referees, or both, because it's not neither, have just got that one completely wrong. And hopefully it's not something that comes to harm Liverpool's chances of winning this football match. So far, so good, but, you know, we've seen it plenty of times in football. If Brighton get back into this game and their goalie pulls off a save that costs Liverpool points in the back end of this football match, then we've seen it there. That's been teed up by inept referee. And
right.
Liverpool's challenge now is to make sure that it's only a talking point in passing. Right, sound. We are going to take a very short break. The game will return in the second half in about 3 minutes or so. We'll be back just before that. But here's some wonderful messages about some wonderful things.
On a personal note, as a born and bred Liverpudlian, this is a particularly proud moment.
The écru, which is French for unfinished, unbleached linen.
But at the time, it was quite extraordinarily unique. It was a different colour, and a number of different buyers would look at us as if we were crazy.
It was definitely an exciting time. It was just because it was fresh and new. You know, nobody had experienced it before. Nobody had seen this type of colour.
At that time, no one was sort of looking to be that radical with a colour.
For a long while, I don't even know what's going to surpass this. That was the proudest moment I'd had.
in my career.
And it's mad to think that word has become synonymous with a shirt, it's become synonymous with Liverpool. You've never heard the word the crew used before or since in anything other than a Liverpool context.
You know, Liverpool was the height of fashion because of the European trips, you know, through the 70s and 80s.
I had to explain to Boston headquarters, this is a team we need.
And we're going in to see Roy Evans and showing him the kit and things like that. And I said, it's a crew. And he went, there's no such thing as a crew. It's cream.
So yeah, Patrick Berger and this new shirt was very much a perfect storm.
You know, we knew he had some quality, but we didn't realise how good looking he was until he turned up. Yeah, even Jamie was rattled.
And it was a fantastic experience. And, you know, I like this shit, you know, I like the colour. You know, I mean, there were much worse colours, you know, after that. So it's a great shirt, I like it.
The perspective of not just what you wear on a Saturday to go to the match, but in the pub on a Tuesday night with your jeans and trainers.
The story behind the kit, how it was made, is fantastic as well. The way it set a trend of how football kits should be made.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're a few seconds away from kick-off of the second half. Brighton 0, Liverpool 1. All 11 men remain on the field for Brighton. Although the goalkeeper in the build-up to Diaz's opener should quite clearly have been sent off. Adam Lallana going to be making an appearance against his former employers. That's very good to see, as long as he's rubbish. And he was actually quite instrumental in the game at Anfield, so let's hope that's not the case this time around. Just want to point out, obviously, you've seen the trailer there in the break, the Story of a Crew documentary, Jay Pearson. We've managed to acquire his lifelong dream project for Redmen Plus. Really good. It makes, for some people, I think Steve put it best, it's like, he's not really a kit guy, but he's gone so in depth on it and found so many incredible, interesting interviewees and voices on it who were involved at the time that you actually, just a good documentary is a good documentary. And yeah, it's a really interesting sort of like touchstone moment in Liverpool's Premier League era. Really well covered.
And we're off.
Yeah, so check that out on Redmen Plus in a week or so. Right, Brighton have it. They go long into the channel looking for Tarek Lamptey. Robertson wins the header. Keita battles in the midfield. I've seen a few people actually at half-time talking. You mentioned, I think, someone having a negative opinion on Jordan Henderson. I've seen a few people saying Keita hasn't had a good game. I think they've both. I think midfield's been fine. It's just that I think the front three have shone in that way. They've been, and Trent's had a good game as well. But Naby's gotten much better at doing a lot of the dirty work, which I see as a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he always has done the dirty work. I think for me, he comes alive in the final third, certainly. But this game, I think he's been good. Oh dear. Handball.
Robertson's back in. It's a big chance for Brighton, and it's been blazed over the bar by Leandro Trossard.
I thought that was a handball by Mopay, to be honest with you. Let's have a look.
Indeed. Bounces up. Yeah,
his shoulders onto his arm.
Yeah, that was a clear handball.
That'd have come back anyway.
Wouldn't have counted. Let's have a song to kick off the half, eh? It's a field to Anfield Road.
Got to put that away though, hasn't he? Oh, what a ball.
Jordan Henderson, great front foot midfield play there. Salah, right-hand side. Got a lot of yellow shirts between him and the goal. Trent, back to Salah. Henderson's wide right, gets it. Cuts it back. Plays the central midfield. Fabinho lets it run. Matip, good ball. Keita turns on it. He's got Robertson left-hand side.
That's what he does really well, Naby. Makes himself available for the pass.
Yeah.
He finds himself in yards of space there for Matip, and when everyone else had someone blocking them.
Yeah. The only thing about Naby is that you've seen how we know when he's on his best,
Go on.
Just an unplayable,
Get it up.
unique footballer.
Get it up!
Oh, Matip is into the box. Trent.
He's off.
Trent.
He's off.
Floats it
He's
back
off.
post offside. Free kick, yeah, the ball just came a bit late from Matip. Yeah, on the Naby Keita thing, we don't get to see the Naby Keita that we thought we were buying. And that's the where I think Naby Keita gets criticism, is because he's very rarely that player. And it comes back to it of like, are you wasting Naby Keita if he can't play like that, or he's not allowed to play like that in our team? Almost like, what's the point of having Naby Keita to some extent?
This is that sort of philosophical sort of discussion when you're talking about footy players, isn't it? Because it's all well and good signing a player, but Liverpool look at the player and the attributes that the player has. Diogo Jota is a perfect example of this. No one thought Diogo Jota would be as good in our system as he is. Liverpool signed the Wolves Diogo Jota, but they didn't sign him because of how he played for Wolves. Yeah. They signed him based on speaking to people around him, seeing what type of a person he is, understanding how much physically he can do in a game of football, seeing his skill set, and how they can adapt him. They signed the potential of Diogo Jota in this Liverpool side. Yeah. We all fell in love with Naby Keita because we had that full year. Chris
Robertson, Mane's got it on the edge. Trent's turning up on that right-hand side. He's going to get there. Tries to cut it back. Well blocked. And good defending at Brighton come away with it. Yeah.
We had a full year. It's a completely different scenario to normal as well. Sorry, it's left-hand side with Diaz, Paul.
Yep. It was Diaz comes away with it under intense pressure there. He's going all the way back into his own half.
I think he thinks we're going that way still.
Yeah.
Hey.
And Matip, awkward one to deal with, gives it to Alisson. Alisson to Virgil, and very well dealt with.
Yeah, so to sort of finish my point, I think you've probably all got there now, but I'm going to hammer it home regardless. You sign the player based on how you think they'll fit into your system. We all fell in love with Naby Keita at RB Leipzig, but that was we don't play like RB Leipzig, so it was never the intention for him to be that version of Naby Keita.
You know what it was for me, and it's stark because he's basically playing in that position. It's Gini Wijnaldum. People watch Gini Wijnaldum for Holland playing in a 10 and scoring goals and going, oh, we want that Gini. It's like that Gini doesn't get in Liverpool's team. You know, so
we literally don't have a 10.
But Gini, yeah, exactly. But Gini was so good at the other things. He made himself a 7 out of 10 footballer in a 10 out of 10 football team, and played in that team every single week, and had games where he was much higher than 7 out of 10, by the way. But that became his base rate, and it's whether you can get Naby to a condition where he can play 7 out of 10 every week, but then he gets to the point where he's comfortable enough that he can then have breakouts, 8s, 9s and 10s within that, and then that's totally worthy. Or is he another example of a Jen Jakiri, Divock Origi lad who put him in a team that plays to his strengths, and you'll get that. You'll get those big performances, probably not at this level, but you'll get big performances out of him. He's a little bit of a conundrum. But I love him. Oh no, Adam Lallana shaking his head. He's taking his gloves off.
Oh God,
it doesn't look good at all.
It feels like a perfect time to tell a story of when I used to sit behind the dugout. The 2 years behind the dugout, and Adam Lallana had to shoot off in the middle of the match to go to the toilet, which I'd never seen before because I was right by the tunnel. Which was, just interesting. Getting caught short as a footy player, not something you see very often. Things you'd see, you think you'd see more of.
Yeah, it's true. There's something, isn't there, how like...
I should have seen Rodgers' face. It was not.
What
are you doing? I told you to have a try before kick-off.
they say, don't they, like people in high-pressure environments, like, so like TV presenters and athletes and all that kind of stuff, when you're in that go time environment, your body just switches off loads of different things. So you it's why you don't really have presenters and stuff don't have sneezing fits or get the hiccups and stuff, because your body just goes into that alert mode, and footballers don't need to go for a wee because they're in high pressure situation. It's funny. No, not so funny at the moment. Obviously, Adam Lallana, such a shame. 6 minutes on the pitch, and it looks like that's going to be his race run. I mean, he looks okay, but it's whether he actually does come back on again. Let's have a little look at this one.
Is that a non-contact injury? He's stretched there. He's not done his warm-ups.
There's nothing in that at all, is there? Jordan coming over to see him.
What a waste of 2 subs.
Mad, isn't it? Poor old Adam.
And there's his best mate, Endo, giving him a little high five. Such a lovely guy. I must have told this story on something on Redmen before, but like when we were doing an interview with Jordan Henderson, Lallana just happened to be car sharing with Hendo that day, because the kids went to the same school and they live local and stuff like that. So he was literally just sat around for like 3 hours waiting for Hendo to finish his media responsibilities and stuff. So we just got chatting with him. He was such a lovely guy, and because we never had a camera in his face as well, you get to have an actual conversation. So he was just a young dad at the time, I was too. So we were basically talking about our wives' tits. It was brilliant.
You say,
just a great conversation.
We were talking. Yeah. Adam, tell me about your wife's breasts. Wasn't quite how it was teed up, but yeah, no, it's cool. We've done a couple of bits with Adam over the years, haven't we? Good guy, very good guy. Anyway, yeah, Brighton have it, looking to break that offside. Shot ball over the top, yeah, decent run, poor pass. Alisson Becker will claim it. Well, it's sort of taking some time out of the game. It's whether Liverpool can now get themselves back up to speed. Can Brighton get themselves back up to speed? It's yeah, shame. I feel so sorry for Lallana. I mean, Liverpool clearly got everything there was worth having out of Lallana in terms of, being a... Oh, Christ, there's Diaz just taking the tumble there. And yeah, you'll see more and more of that when players move on from Liverpool, that they'll never be quite the player they were.
No, but I think we'd have been happy letting him stay around, Yeah. I think so. I think it was him. I think he felt like, you know what, the last few years of my career have been so stop-start that I want to play football. And he picked a side that played the right style of football for him as well. Mm-hmm. He had it at Southampton, didn't he, where he was captain in the side, wasn't he? Yeah. Prior to joining us. Liverpool, he won some great trophies, ultimately won't have had as much footy and won't have been as involved.
Caught in possession, dangerous moment. The referee's going to call it back. It was a high boot there.
Won't have been as involved as he'd have liked, and he's gone, do you know what, it's a short career. I've diced with that a little bit in terms of injuries anyway. I want to go and play as much as I can, and I believe in myself. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's quite working out like that either.
Because the only time I've seen that happen to him a couple of times. Now, I don't know whether that happens a lot, but when you see something happen more than once, that becomes the reality of it. I've seen a couple of times where Lallana's come on as a sub and then gone, literally had to be sub straight off again. But yeah, you will. Yeah, we just naturally see, because Liverpool requires so much of footballers that they don't have loads in them left to give. Not least of all because he was in his 30s by the time he was leaving us anyway, which is obviously a natural time that the career started to wind down. But when he'd had loads of injury problems in his career anyway, and then was worked dead hard at Liverpool.
Oh, go on. Robbo, what a run.
Ball. Andy Robbo's in behind. Cuts it back. Oh, good goalkeeper again.
Guy shouldn't even be on.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been anyone there to catch that. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course it does. Great ball, great run.
Right to the byline, but just couldn't get a decent enough cut back on it. And the goalkeeper.
You know what I miss? The David James style goalkeeper throw.
Yeah, like the... Yeah.
Slicey, sort of spinny sort of throw. Yeah. Why do you think that went out of fashion? Do you
Probably
think it was ever in fashion?
Well, it was in fashion for David James, but then
so was goalkeepers shirts with loads of rectangles on them,
and so was dropping crosses in really low pressure, high pressure situations, making a situation high pressure by your own inability to catch a cross. Trent. Oh, it's deflected. It's the path of Salah. Oh, he's trying to get the shot off when he should really be passing. Or should he? Salah deflected. It's looped. Oh, hit the crossbar. Mane. Oh, no.
Oh, that would have been some goal, that, wouldn't it? If Mane pulled that one out the bag, like, right foot to left foot, I think it was, or...
Salah trying to battle his way through, and he took a big looping deflection. Keeper's nowhere near it. Mane, I think he was trying to...
unbelievable right foot, left foot.
I think he was trying to flick it up for the overhead kick initially. And
the overhead kick?
Yeah, the overhead kick. How good my kicks would have been if he'd scored that, Chris. Yeah, I think he did. He didn't do it. He didn't do it right. It was a shit effort at the end. But yeah, it was a goal kick for Liverpool. These are the things we're laughing and we're joking here. We could probably do with Liverpool just getting that second goal and putting it to bed here, because bit stupid.
Yeah, very much so.
But yeah, Salah, I think Salah feels to me like a guy who's got a point to prove, and sometimes that's a little bit to the detriment. No, maybe not to the detriment of his game, but maybe to the detriment of a couple of the lads close to him at the time.
Yeah, once he gets his goal, he gets better.
Yeah,
everyone knows that. Smo.
But yeah,
but also what fires him to as many goals this season and every season is that burning desire to score goals, so you can't dull the flames.
Yeah. And of course,
go on, now's the time. Good counter pressing. Diaz space to run into.
Tearing away down that left wing. He's running slightly away from goal.
Oh, what
he
a
cuts
ball
it
that
back
is.
to Mohamed Salah. He scuffed it.
Oh my God.
Big opportunity there, and you can see Salah's reaction there.
It's just brilliant by Diaz.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He waits until the last possible second when there are 3 players on him. You know, drives 40, 50 yards with the ball, all 3. That's when the space opens up. Onto Salah's left foot. It's fucking superb play.
Yeah.
And for the second time in 2 games, he's missed what he will think is an absolute gilt-edged goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah. It is. He's just dragged that wide. The right-hand post there didn't get a good connection on it at all. And the chances are starting to mount up for Liverpool a little here. In fact, have you got the stats on that, mate?
Yeah, I will do.
Matip wins the header, well done.
I have the ability to have the stats.
Diaz is being sent on a chase left wing, and he will get there. Oh, he'll get
there. He's going to do him, and he's going
inside
to
the box.
top right.
He's to the byline. He's dancing his way through. Oh, it's good.
Naby!
Oh,
Naby!
Penalty to Liverpool. Handball. Mike Dean this time makes the call, and it'd be. I mean,
Salah.
Well, yeah, it will be, won't it? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see this because there can't be too much distance between the strike and
Depends where your arms
Basuma
are,
there.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you've made yourself bigger. Oh, that's a little harsh.
Let's have a look at it straight on here. It's more close to what the referee's seeing there. Naby brings it down, goes for the volley.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arm is up and it's.
He's gone to protect his face, though, hasn't he? It's as he's sort of doing that. I feel for him.
Not too much.
I don't at all.
Right. Yeah, fuck him. Comes the shout from Steve. Brilliant, Steve. Ever the humanitarian. Here we go then. Sanchez should not be on the pitch versus Mo Salah, who has not been able to hit a cow's arse with the banjo so far in this game. Big deep breath from the Egyptian king. Will he get the goal that he clearly so desperately wants in this football match? And every football match, to be fair. Let's find out.
Down the middle.
Bottom right. Oh, yeah, with a plum straight down the middle. Mo Salah gives it the screaming celebration, and it's Brighton 0, Liverpool 2, and that is the goal that we were very much in need of seeing. Nerves settled. It's sorted for Mo Salah. He can maybe relax a little bit more now.
That's the penalty of a guy who's not feeling confident. Yeah. Isn't it? Straight down the fucking middle as hard as you can.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, he's done it. He's done it.
And it was funny because we did. Oh, what was he gesturing there? He just battered it straight down the middle of the goal. Fair play. Yeah. Hopefully that just settles Liverpool and Salah's game a little bit. But you're right on that thing. I asked Jimmy, who made our thumbnails, made the new podcast thumbnail this week, to get me a picture of Salah screaming, and he couldn't find one because he more often than not he just smiles. One of the few ones is where he's got his top off. I was like, no, don't put the top off on the thumbnail because it doesn't do well for the YouTube algorithm as much as you think it would. And to see him there, it's the ones that he like. Old Trafford, he gave it that.
Yeah.
And there, giving it the real, giving a real passionate scream there shows you just how much it was getting in his head. Oh, Alisson.
Oh! He's kept his arm in the area.
Outstanding. His whole body was outside the 18-yard box, apart from his hands that were holding the football. Wow.
They're looking at it.
Yeah.
Side note, that's our 2000th Premier League goal.
There you go. It's just, I don't think any of these angles are going to be particularly decisive on this one.
I mean, that's unbelievable if he's kept that in because he's well out the area. Like
it's going to be. There's just no way to check that.
No. It's a pity the spider cam. No, it's not a pity at all.
No, it's not.
Spider cam is shit.
It's atrocious. Brighton coming forward on that right hand side. Andy Robbo and Virgil van Dijk over there, just gonna let that ball eke its way out. Oh, Trossard has lost his head there. Oh, you angry little shit. Mike Dean just, how long's left? How long will I can go and get myself a pie? Right, let's have the most Salah song. Here comes Thiago, here comes Jota, and here comes... That's it. Hey Joe, can you reconnect to the speaker now that Steve's not connected to it? Oh yes, Salah.
Oh shit,
Salah's gone down. He did. I thought that when he gestured after the goal.
Yeah, he was that, like straight down to his. I don't know whether it was his calf or something, but.
A little look at the penalty decision. I mean, it's.
He's bringing that arm up to protect his face, so I feel a little bit sorry for him, but I don't. Oh. I can't see anything unless someone's jumped on him. Oh, hang on a minute. He's grimacing a bit with a smile. I mean, I can't read too much into any of that, to be honest with you. So, before the game, I was talking to you about this stat, Paul. Before the game, Liverpool had scored 1,998 Premier League goals and could become the second team to reach 2,000 in the competition after Manchester United. 10% of those 1,998 goals have come from current forward player Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, which is just amazing. So now Salah and Mane have more than 10%. I think of all Liverpool's goals in the Premier League, which is just crazy to think.
I mean, it goes to tell you how a bit crap we
Hey,
in the Premier
I'm
League.
sorry, no, Joe. I wanted to look dead clever then. Don't put the shit up that I'm fucking reading out, lads. You know what I mean?
Giving the game away. Keita off, Thiago on, Salah off, Jota.
Damn it, Joe!
On. Hopefully, Mo's all right. He's just explaining to the manager what it was there, where it was. He's pointing towards the penalty area. Hopefully, it's nothing. It's only a slight little tweak. Liverpool obviously can't afford to be too careful. Their big game against Arsenal looming in midweek. So yeah, Jota off. What do you just Jota over to the right hand side? Do you think? Or Mane? Soon find out. It does look like that way at the minute.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it looks like it because he's playing with Endo.
Oh, Jota's over.
Diaz
to the
made
left.
a good little run.
Diaz central gets the ball. Oh, undercut there from
ball.
Jordan, and then Diaz wrestles his man to the floor, and it's a free kick to Brighton in the left back position. Fingers crossed, Mo's okay there. Oh, Naby's got an ice pack on his eye there. Liverpool the walking wounded here.
Thoroughly been like pure aggroed by Brighton, haven't we? Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What world are we living in?
But it goes to your point that you were saying in the first half about that they've got a bit more about them, Brighton, which is why have caused us problems.
Oh, there's Welbeck.
Welbs, what a guy. Welbs. It'd be nice if we could just keep.
Oh, Jeff is
31.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 30. I'm gonna go 30. Surprisingly old is the answer. Get your guesses in now. You've got about 6 seconds.
I feel he's the same age as Daniel Sturridge.
Wow, Sturridge is only 31.
I know. Maybe he might be 30. He might be 32.
$31. Nailed it, Machin. Nailed it.
How old's
31. I don't know.
Well, you've got that. But you will. Liverpool coming away here. Diaz on that left-hand side just sent a little
32.
wider.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's impressive. But you know what's really annoying? Like, Sturridge was born in 89.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny when you talk to people and you feel like you presume they just must be from the same era and get your references. Because I remember interviewing Sturridge and talking about like a random one, like it was a really soft interview about what you got your best Christmas present was, and he said like a Sega console. I was like, oh, a Saturn, and he was like, no, and I was like, no, it definitely was a Saturn. He said, no, oh, okay, yeah, Saturn. And after he got bored of arguing with me, and I realised that it would have been a Dreamcast because he's 6 years, he's 6 years younger than me. Sorry, Studge. Right, Thiago now. Oh, does the Thiago turn? And is dispossessed? That's annoying. Oh, but he's won it back by punching the ball. Brilliant, Thiago. That'd be a penalty if that was in the box.
Mr. Deep Curry guessed 29, you were wrong. Wes guessed 32, you were wrong. Leash Love guessed 32, you were wrong. Dan Kerr guessed 32, you were wrong. Retro and Lim guessed 67, you were wrong. Lily XE says 36, you were wrong. Danny Harty Smith said 32, you were wrong. The only person who was right, that one right there.
Traplicano, FCG.
And you can't speak, so...
Gotta have
Tells you how bad we are.
Gotta have something going for me. We need a proper pen taker like David and Go. Yeah, sure. Carl Martin said, get in there. Mo needed that. Let's go, Reds. And so Patil.
Is he talking about the injury or the goal?
Yeah, what a pen. Now go and get rid of that stupid agent.
Oh, well in far. Yeah. Brilliant pressing. Ooh, superb. Man, oh, what a ball. Jota. Look at Fabinho to your right.
Trying to draw the foul, maybe. I don't know. It's just a little laboured there. Ball needs to move over to the right wing quicker. Mo Salah, I mean, given the environment that's going on around him at the moment, and look, he's an elite person, so he'll be very good at blocking all that stuff out. But he'll want to get back on the pitch soon, because of course, what his agent, the trap his agent has almost laid for him here. If Liverpool play well without Mo Salah in, it doesn't matter because Salah's still miles better than almost everyone we've got, but it doesn't aid the case if like Liverpool bring one of the guys in for Mo Salah and we continue to do all right. Yeah, it starts to undercut what he's doing a little bit. So
he's been really, really smart, Mo, and his agent, and they're like, look, if you're not, hitting the target on things, he's actually doing us a little bit of harm here in terms of contracts, so you can't go 6 games without a goal, Mo. Yeah. Maybe you should try and pull up injured.
Yeah, and you got your goal now. Yeah, go and get a rest. Get that goal against Arsenal. Oh, well done. Well done.
Man, look at Diaz as well. He wants him. He's played it.
Zoomed that one over for Diaz to chase.
You go and get that and I'll get in the box for the goal, mate.
Give me a chance to catch up. Yeah. Diaz, left-hand side of the penalty area.
There we go.
Henderson takes a touch.
This is it. They're killing the game, Paul.
Yeah, definitely.
20 minutes left. We're not fucking around here.
Fabinho, Thiago now. Trent's going to get it from him. Needs support. Doesn't have it, so Liverpool happy to keep the ball. Thiago. It's a lovely little switcher play again. John Henderson over on that left-hand side tells Robbo to make the run. Does. Poor bastard. Just totally got used as a decoy there. But a willing. Oh, little giveaway there. Thiago tackles back. Outstanding. Wow.
Look at Hendo there, mate.
Oh, what a ball. One for Mane to chase it to header, and it's a corner to Liverpool. Cucurella there. Just lost the flight of it and headed it up into the air and out for a corner kick.
Mane's been brilliant.
Alex Maltese Falcon with the $2 Australian super chat says YNWA from Adelaide, South Australia. YNWA from Liverpool.
Where's everyone else watching it from?
Don't know.
Let me know in the comments.
Corner. Trent outswinger near side of the pitch. Let's see. One arm in the air. First man. No, deep. Oh. 3 men got up there and not one of them could think
Jota and Matip might have headed each other then, Yeah. Virgil. Oh, Thiago. Oh. Hey! He's just pushed Virgil in the back. Don't push Virgil.
Throw into Brighton inside their half. Aaron Lunn has been a member for 8 months or so.
Well done, you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Trig.
What a guy.
Josh. £5. Thank you, Trig.
Also, what a guy.
Thank you, Josh. Do we think it's Mo stalling on the contract or his agent? Honestly, mate, I've got no idea. We will do it. We'll have a bit of a chat about it. We'll do a show for Redmen Plus after the game and the post-match stuff's all done, and see what we can collectively come up with on that. But ultimately, we'll have a good speculate, won't we?
Yeah, we will. Looking forward to that, actually. I just find it like you must have there's got to be a hands-off approach when you're a player, hasn't there, to these contract situations. You just got to trust them to go and do the job for you, and that's where I think people think, "Oh, it's Mo." I don't think he has any involvement in it.
No, because the point is you're right. He does have to accept the contract, but what we also are not privy to, and we've been in this in business before, where when you've got middlemen acting on behalf of someone or an industry, you presume that conversations are happening and it actually might not be. Like, there's a chance that his agent hasn't presented anything to Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Because the way his agent was, because Salah might just say yes. Anyway, Jordan Henderson goes for goal, scuffed his shot, comfortable save.
He had Jota about 5 seconds before that in yards of space.
But yeah, we'll talk more about the Salah stuff. So yeah, do go over to Redmen Plus if you're not already a subscriber and get involved with that. We'll do a good old chat on that this afternoon.
R.C. Nadeson is listening to Redmen from the Philippines. Skandenberg, says Richie Rush.
Philip McPhee in Heidelberg, Germany. One of the most beautiful towns I've ever had the privilege of visiting. Heidelberg. Very good stuff. IB with the super chat. Do you think Man United are finished? No. Unfortunately, but in terms of, do I think they're a team that will win the Premier League anytime soon? I do not think they're a team that will win the Premier League or the European Cup or anything of note anytime soon. So by their own high standards, yes, but they will just be a team in a top 5 football team forever, because they've just got so much money. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, yeah, they're not going to be doing anything that's going to cause us any great consternation, I don't feel, anytime soon.
Good. All good things. I do think it's going to be... What are they on now? Is it about 8 years since they've won the league?
I think so.
I think we're talking 15 before they've got a realistic chance.
Another 15?
No, 15 in total.
Yeah. I ideally, and I put this out on Twitter the other week, they're a minimum of 2 to 3 seasons away from potentially, but that there's so many other factors that are outside of their control, and people forget that in football. You always think it's your team. Your team's got to get good. Your team's got to buy players. Your team's also got to beat 19 other teams to the top of the league. Which is an oft overlooked thing. Liverpool should have won the league. Should have had at least 2 league titles, probably 3 in total Premier League titles. But unfortunately, there was just another team on a couple of those occasions who were just better that one particular season.
The funny thing is, I remember speaking to a journalist a few years ago, and I know I've mentioned this to you, who used to go to Old Trafford and Carrington, I think it would have been, quite often, and he said what surprised him most at post-Ferguson was that there were a lot of offices empty, and like where they used to be filled with scouts and pro zone guys and all that type of stuff, they were just empty. And I was speaking to, I think it was Dan Kennett a few months ago, and what he was saying is that basically they've been on a hiring spree, and they're hiring sports analytics people. But the problem that they've got, if you're a Man United fan, is that you're 10 years late.
Yeah.
They started with Prozone, I think 1999, when they were like one of the first teams to go on to the Prozone stats stuff, which even then, no one spoke about Prozone for years. But they're 10 years behind Liverpool and City in the analytics departments.
Sorry, Chris, Diaz is into the box on that left-hand side, dancing. Still got it, tries to feed Jota. Jota's fighting for it, bumbled through, and the goalkeeper.
So how long does it take you to catch up that first 10 years? Because you can't just fast-forward them. You've got to learn how to use the analytics. And the people you're chasing are not the best ones. Exactly, the best ones are already elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because the best minds in this, they're writing it as they're laying the track as they run down the track at this point. So how long? How long is it going to take you to catch up on those types of things? Anyway, it's madness, like.
Yeah, Alex Maltese Falcon with the super chat. Thank you again, Alex. United will have to wait another 22 years.
Hopefully,
that'd be lovely. Be nice if they had to wait longer than we had to wait. 1,200 likes. Can we get to 2,000 before the end of the game? We've got 15 minutes left on that one. If you haven't dropped a like on the stream, that would be amazing if you could do that, guys. That would be just much appreciated. Let's say 2,000 likes for Liverpool to score a 3rd goal. You just never know, do you? You don't want to be contributing toward that not being a thing, is what I'll say. Well done, Trent.
I tell you what, I know he's looks like he's bulked up, but physically he wins those shoulder barges and battles now, doesn't he?
Yeah. And it's I wonder if there's a lot of it is like the type of players he's coming up against as well. You know, as football's changing, he's finding a bunch of lads who are more in his sort of weight class in those kind of battles. You know, as opposed to like Leroy Sané, who is half a foot taller than him and probably has a half a stone or more in weight on him and stuff, and the pace and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. I think Trent's got him just so much better. United will re-sign Ronaldo in 10 years. That'll be funny as manager. Honestly, I'm still astonished that they're not so badly run that they gave Ronaldo the player manager job. I honestly, when he came back, I was hoping, so convinced that they were going to be stupid enough to do that. Maybe they offered him more.
They need to get Tuchel.
Yeah. Carragher put that out, didn't he? Like within minutes of like the Abramovich stuff coming out, he had a column out saying, yeah, United just need to go and get Tuchel. That's the one example of shortcutting it. But to the point though, there's still a rebuild that needs to be done in that squad regardless. But yeah, getting one of the best managers, because that's like anything. I use this analogy a lot of when we used to play Pro Evo, and when it came toward the end of its life cycle, we'd like do a pseudo draft and divvy up all the best players into like 3 or 4 teams, and we'd have all those players in one team. When you then go to add an extra one on top, you're dealing with what's left, and that team's never going to be as good. And that's the kind of point where we're at. Is the two?
Oh, he's going to get there, you know.
Oh, Diaz! He bundles his man to the ground, free kick. The 2 best managers in the world are already at 2 Premier League football teams. So
3
possibly 3, and that's the point about like Tuchel. If you don't get Tuchel, is he the 3rd best manager, or is he in the bracket of 3rd to 3rd, 4th, or 5th? You're already shopping further down the line, and this is what happens with like Everton trying to spend the money, and Liverpool had this when you're in the Europa League and you're trying to become a Champions League team by buying Europa League quality footballers. Yeah, United have got a long old way to go, and I'm here for it
all day, baby.
Okay, corner.
This is where Welbeck scores a goal.
Gross in swinger, yeah. Near side. They're all lining up here in the middle of the penalty area. Alisson's under pressure.
You're right, that was a gross in-swinger.
It was disgusting. All the way over and straight out for a goal kick at the back post. Adriano's just thoughts on Everton at the minute. In fact, we had this on the debate show, and I think the clips are going out tomorrow, a bit of it anyway, on YouTube for free. But the debate being, do you actually want Everton to get relegated? No. Interesting.
Just... Because look,
if you could guarantee they come back up after one season, would that change your mind?
Oh yeah, no, that only keeps my position solidly in. No, I don't want them to get relegated, because I don't want them to enjoy the next season when they go and win loads of games. I just want them in purgatory forever. Like that sort of 10th to 16th position where there's nothing to live for in terms of your football team is exactly where I want them. I want them getting beat more than they're winning games. I want them to continue to hate going to the ground. I want them to hate football, and that exists between 10th and 16th in the Premier League. Watching Liverpool completely kill it in that league every single season.
Does that say more about your relationship with your brother than it does about Everton Football Club?
Listen, my relationship with my brother is based around the football and around, being brothers. So yeah, it does, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. Yeah. Oh, Alisson's clutching his knee there. Obviously a late one left in on him. Neil Mopai goes for the challenge. That's just fucking dirty. I mean, and see the thing, the point you're making about, nothing wrong with a team adding a bit of gnarl to them, but mate, it's 18 minutes gone, you're 2-0 down. That's not being competitive there. You're being reckless. Fucking stupid. Again, that's another one there. It won't go. You got the yellow card for it. It's actually not as bad as what the goalkeeper did to Diaz in the first half, but it's still, you're dead late, and where he makes contact with Alisson, you're not getting the ball anyway. That's not a challenge for the ball. That's not blocking the ball. That's not trying to play the ball. That's fucking stupid. But anyway, Neil Mopai, mercifully, Alisson seems to be okay. We haven't had a song in ages. Oh my God, Naby Keita. He's off the pitch, but remember the Naby Keita song?
Yes. Hell of a singer, that guy. Hell of a singer. I'm kidding, he sounds F.
Turn it down a bit, Joe.
What a tit. At least he knows the words. Oh, Thiago doing something I've never seen before.
For no reason. Little flick ball.
Terrible pass. Was that Hendo?
Yeah.
Terrible ball.
Oh, Jürgen Klopp, look at that.
Did you see Creven Kelleher just behind him then? He only had eyes for Alisson. He was clearly watching whether he was injured or not. He was like, everyone else was looking that way and he's just looking at Alisson like, please be injured, please be injured, please be injured. I want to play.
Oh, there's a good stat here from the official Liverpool account over on Twitter. Only the third player to score 50 away goals for the Reds in the Premier League era, Mohamed Salah. That's a good one, isn't it? He'll have
So, are we looking at here foul, eh?
Guess so.
Owen or Torres? Oh, Stevie.
Yeah. I'd guess. I'm sure though.
Milner's coming on.
Could be. Or Fabinho, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah.
Fab. Cuts it out. Thiago. Henderson, first time ball. Fired that one in there. It's a Diaz. Couldn't control it. This game's just creeping towards the 90-minute mark. Oh, Tariq Lamptey's lost it. Robertson feeds it into the path of Diaz. Robertson carries on the run, gets it, wonderful pass. Can he pick out a man on the edge? No, he has bisected every single Liverpool player in the 18-yard box, and there were a few. And Fabinho gives away a foul.
I'm glad he bisected them and not dissected them.
Yeah,
that would have been scary.
Yeah.
I'm doing that with a frog.
Sliced and diced. Well back on that left side. He's got Solly March up with him. Brighton just don't look overly arse, but they're actually playing quite nice little give and go here. Well blocked by Joel Matip. That was incredible. Basuma sprays it wide right. Ball was actually intercepted by the wrong man there. Brighton again with the ball in deep to the back post, and Virgil van Dijk will stab it away for a Brighton corner. 5.5 minutes of normal time left in this game. I imagine we'll see the James Milner substitution. If not now, maybe pretty soon. Who's the offside there?
Oh, Scott Hawke said 5th player to score 20 goals in 4 or more seasons for the Reds as well. Mo Salah. What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy. Outswinger. Collapsing bodies there.
What did Fabinho get the yellow card for?
The foul on the halfway line. Ball played into the channel. Brighton look like they're giving this one last big push here. It's Trossard over on that far side. Andy Robo's got an eye on him. Jota comes back in, cuts out the pass. Diaz. Nope, not there, mate. Loses possession and wins it back. And holds his man off, gives it to Robbo, buys a throw. Well done.
Alexa, play Jamie Webster. Ale, ale, ale. You're welcome.
Hey Google, play Baby Shark. Yeah, Jimmy Milner's coming on.
It worked, get in!
And it's Jordan Henderson who was making way. The skipper coming off there. Jimmy Milner into the midfield to shut this game down for the final 4 minutes plus added on time. Throw into Liverpool then. That's another song. That's off Fields of Anfield Road.
You got Emmett McCool.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Does he play?
Baby Shark playing here. What the fuck?
Just down a touch more, please, Joe. Thank you. Bentley, thanks lads. My Alexa started playing Ali. Brilliant. Rob Brown. Yeah, our Alexa's going off now. Great, you started my Alexa. It says Rachel Todd. Good stuff. Throwing a game for Liverpool, fuck all's happened. And the Brighton fans have all cleared out as well. Jesus Christ.
Oh my
maybe it's just, maybe, I don't know, is it just the like light blue seats just really clearly show when there's no one sat in them? Because
stop talking about Manchester City, bro. All you do is talk about Man City.
Didn't say the words. People make their own judgments there. Or Fabinho nearly playing Mane through. Cucurella just about manages to get it back to the goalie. Mane's had a good game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been really good. Look, they've all played really well, and this is it. We're kind of winning this at a canter.
Okay, chance here for Brighton, maybe to make us look stupid. Well blocked, Joel Matip comes off his shoulder, and it will be a corner once again to Brighton.
Anyway, always love Paddy Vieira.
Solly March. Game well tackled there. Liverpool keeping that line, keeping resolute. Cucurella well blocked again, and it's a throw in to Brighton.
It's a great name.
Does Siri respond to voice command?
I turn Siri off on things, I don't know.
Siri, play Barbie Girl. Oh, what a save by Alisson Becker at close range.
Yes, can't wait for that to get into the fucking highlights.
Yeah.
Siri, play Barbie Girl. What a save!
Great run, great movement, good shot from Danny Welbeck, and reactionary save from the big Brazilian in goal. Right down his throat, but he tipped it over the bar with aplomb there. March. It's deep. This is Brighton's big hit here. Lamptey left-footed.
Oh, he's off.
He's offside and he knows it. And they've played on. Thiago.
Oh, he's on.
One over the top.
Oh, what a
ball! And it's Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz.
He's trying to play him in.
Square it to Jota. And he just got it all wrong at the vital moment. It was.
My word.
Ridiculous.
I mean, you couldn't have placed it better.
Every pass we tried to play to Diaz has sent him diagonally away from goal, and that one was just
pinpoint.
Pinpoint.
Ping-pong.
Oh, well done, James Milner. Great tackle. I need to see that one again, whether it was just why did he not clear his feet enough? Because Jota's the ball, isn't it?
He plays it to Jota. He tries to, look.
Yeah.
He just doesn't hit it.
Yeah.
His problem there is he was a bit shit.
Pass the fucking ball, says Jürgen. Yeah. He's said that quite a lot to all of his forwards today. Well done, Jota tackling back. Thiago pushing forward.
What a guy! Just chipped it off and headed it to the keeper.
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy.
Yeah, he did it.
Best thing Brighton have done all day. It's funny the things you get excited about watching the footy, isn't it?
Yeah, when Liverpool are comfortably winning the game. Yeah, definitely. 5 minutes additional time at the end of the game. 5 minutes. We are into the 90 already. Luis Diaz has been voted the man of the match by BT Sport. You'll get a chance to vote for your man of the match on the player rating show a little bit later on this afternoon.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's horrible, that, isn't it? That foul by the goalie is ridiculous.
Oh, the sweet embrace of Jürgen.
It's been too long. Cucurella,
how I long for those days.
Yeah, I know. Ball played down the channel. Jürgen's got to chase it. It's going to go all the way back to
Nuzzle
Sanchez.
slowly into his armpit. Oh, we're through. Oh, we're not through.
No, Fabinho.
No, Fabinho's on a yellow as well.
He's got to be careful. He's laughing, but he is on a yellow. Free kick to Brighton, midway inside their half, play back. I'm just going to knock it round here. This game feels done and dusted, but it'd be nice just to put a little full stop on here. James Milner, great movement.
Millie, my man.
And lovely Thiago there. The obvious ball was directly ahead, and Diaz falls over. It's up we are, Liverpool. The through ball there. Trossard, he's got a mighty cob on this afternoon, hasn't he?
Matip lets it go. Who's your man of the match?
It's hard not to say Diaz, to be honest, but I maybe a bit of a toss-up between him and Sadio. March is in on that left-hand side. Matip tackling back shoulder to shoulder. Good save, Alisson Becker shutting the door before he can get a decent strike on goal. Do you want to talk about yours? Or are you going to say that?
No, I was interested in yours. I think Diaz is mine. I think. I've enjoyed Robertson's performance as well. I think he's been sort of integral. How many times he's got into that penalty area and pulled the ball back and stuff. He kind of goes under the radar, Robbo, a little bit, doesn't he? Just because he's not Trent.
Yeah.
But like 9 assists so far this season already. You know, only Trent on 11, I think, and Salah on 10 ahead of him.
This could be a moment that absolutely seals it. Diaz to the byline, squares it. Good defending from Brighton once again. Jota was looming with intent inside the 6-yard box. Look at that. Just takes it away from him at the last moment. And the funny thing is like, I think Lamptey's a really good player.
And really, really fast.
Yeah.
And he's not got the ball at his feet. And he still can't catch him.
Oh, yeah. Corner then to Liverpool. Trent's gone over.
Matip's been great as well.
Yep.
That ball, the assist.
For the goal, yeah.
Right. Exclamation point here, lads. And I'll take Jota. No, I won't. Not with the ball that high.
Matip at the back post. Gets a head on it. It's over him. And it goes out for a goal kick to Brighton. Minute and a half. Just less than left of this football match. Can Liverpool just see this one out? Grab the clean sheet. Brighton trying to get the ball down.
Great start to the weekend, Paul.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, that's the one big thing about the early kickoff, and people bemoan it. Yeah, there you go. Go and get on with the rest of your weekend.
I think we're going races tomorrow.
We are indeed.
Stay stag do, so you'll see us if you're a banger on the races. If you're not, you won't.
Missing out. Into the channel for Brighton to chase into the last minute here. Danny Welbeck trying to make something happen. Well blocked. Liverpool just need to keep this watertight for the last 40 seconds of the match. Headed away. He's going to go shoulder to shoulder. Cucurella keeps it alive. Cucurella. Trossard.
Wants to bend the top in. He's having a look. Oh, that's a great block on Robbo.
Yep. Diaz is back defending. Lamptey floats one, and it's out, and it's wide, and surely that will be the last action of the game. John Lee David Blackshaw, who's been a member for 13 months, as a cult hero. The league is in our hands. Win every game and keep scoring. Job done, guys and gals. Well, yeah, not yet, of course, but today certainly. Yeah, it is just a fascinating season. It's so odd. Yeah, having won it at a canter when we did, even though it didn't feel it because we had to go through COVID and all the null and void stress, which was like having a league season go to the last game. Yeah, we'll have to see. Anyway, that is the full-time whistle. Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Liverpool 2. Yes, once again in the Premier League, the gap goes down between Manchester City and Liverpool to 3 points. The Citizens taking on Crystal Palace Monday night to extend that back to 6 before Liverpool's game in hand over Arsenal in the midweek. Chris, it was a really comfortable win for Liverpool.
It's the exact type of game I didn't think we were going to enjoy between now and the end of the season, to be honest with you. It's that sort of professionals, the word that springs to mind, isn't it? You go in, you get yourself a nice, fairly early goal in the first half, you get yourself a second goal in the second half, and you walk away and hopefully never remember the game again. Yeah. And if it is remembered, it'll be remembered for a goalkeeping error, and that's it. That's just in the headlight, it's in the wing mirror, in the whatever it is, you know what I mean, and you just plough forwards now, and that's what you've got to do. It was such a good performance.
In the rear parking camera.
Yes, okay. I don't have them. I still haven't upgraded mine to a proper naughties car yet. I'm loving that. League table now with 66 points. They're on 69 points, but Liverpool have put in a performance there. You got Salah scoring again. Hopefully there's nothing of note with him. Hopefully it's precautionary, which is why they took him off. You got Diaz scoring again in a really really strong man of the match performance, and everyone the manager picked played well. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was exactly the kind of result. We talked about this in the build-up show about how Brighton were probably a decent team for us to come up against because they do want to play football. They're not going to solely dedicate themselves towards sticking men behind the ball and stopping you playing. They've got a bit of ambition themselves, and having, okay, we lost on the night to Inter Milan, but we crafted some brilliant opportunities in that. We did all the right things apart from hit the back of the net. That it would be nice to then go and play a game of football when you can have it your way. And yeah, in that regard, what I was hoping for was a 2-0 or a 3-0 there, where you get a goal in either half. You don't have to work yourself to the bone. You don't need to, no controversy conspiring against you and all this kind of stuff. And that's exactly what we need. We've had a tough old spell in the last couple of weeks, going back to the League Cup final, having to go all the way to penalties and that. You think about the West Ham game and obviously the Inter Milan game. It's nice to show that the Reds can just go out there and just do a win, do a nice, comfortable, solid win, and as you say, put your feet up for the rest of the weekend. Now, if you care for the other results, great, enjoy all of those games of football, knowing that Liverpool are in the best shape they can possibly be, and then roll on Monday in Man City and que sera. No one expects Palace to do anything there, but if they do, then Liverpool have earned the right for that to happen by the performance they put in today. Do you want to hit us with the stats from the game?
I literally just got away from them because I was checking when Arsenal play, because I don't think they play today, do they? So an extra day's rest against before we play Arsenal as well is always a good thing. So I think Arsenal play tomorrow. Statistics on the day, actually. Brighton had a lot more of the ball in the second half because they turned it round to 52-48. It was 43 to Brighton, 57 at half-time, I think, if I remember correctly. Total shots dominated there, 18-8. 9 shots on target there, 3 shots on target. Big chances, they had one and they missed it, which I think would be Mopé's, when he skied that one straight over the bar. We had 3 big chances and only missed one of them, which I think will have been Salah when he sprays it wide. I'm guessing. We obviously hit the woodwork. Again, that was Salah. We had 3 counter-attacks. They didn't have any. All 3 of our counter-attacks, interestingly enough, ended with shots. So all told, let's have a little look at the info goal stuff as well while we're here thinking about it. I'm just going to try and bring this up because that wasn't updated. So we've got the XG side of things. So looking at Brighton's, there's one on the edge of the penalty area, which will be the Mopé, I'd guess. Oh, no, that's Trossard, okay. 25%. You got Danny Welbeck towards the end of the game, 89th minute, don't even remember that.
That was the one Alisson tips over the bar.
Big fat penalty there from Mo Salah, which is ridiculous, which will be 80%, I think it is, or something like that, 80%, yeah, for a penalty. And then you've got Diaz at 20% probability, but we had so many shots inside the penalty area. I always talk about that sort of area that's the width of the 6-yard box until about the penalty spot being the best area that you can take your shots in. Liverpool have had shots in that area today. We created loads of chances. Brighton did well-ish, but Liverpool walk away comfortable winners.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing about those, you can see it, loads of those shots, Liverpool, that their penalty area on info goal is peppered. It's like a shotgun shot at the penalty area, and there's loads of little dots all over from Liverpool having efforts, and loads of them are just are blocks. And they don't come to much, but it all contributes towards a gradual wearing down of them and what they're doing, and that leads to physical fatigue, which leads to mental fatigue, and then that leads to doors being opened. And again, it was another example of, think about that Diaz chance late on when he goes clean through from the Thiago pass. He just needs to square it to Jota. Diaz put a hell of a shift in there. If that happens 10-15 minutes earlier, I suspect we probably come away with another goal. But this is all just excellent game management from Liverpool. We grabbed the ball from Brighton, and then we just wore them down as a war of attrition over time. Made some good positive subs in what we were doing as well, and yeah, just just a good old game of football on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I've just brought up, I just explained, this is something we do on the Stats and Tactics show every single week on the Redmen TV. So this is Liverpool's shots against Inter Milan, and this is the area of the field that I'm talking about quite often. You can see these sort of little circles here. I'm just sort of trying to highlight it there on the screen using the green marker. That's the best area right in front of the goalkeeper.
So you're talking, there's a green circle dead centre in the 6-yard box.
Where you're more likely to score than anywhere else in an XG model, and then it goes and it works out. This is a beautiful sort of data visualization here, which is something that Total Football Analysis use. And then this obviously is the worst, and anywhere outside this becomes incredibly difficult.
Just for the podcast listeners, tell people what you're talking about.
So we're talking edge of the penalty area centrally to just wide of the 6-yard box. Inside the penalty area, probably 12 yards out, it's still a decent place to shoot from. But you can see just from the shots against Inter Milan, I'm just going to highlight them now. They're all 5 of those shots by all of our big hitters on the day, if I remember correctly, are all inside that area, which sort of shows you that Liverpool are taking the shots in the right places. We do this on the Stats and Tactics every single week. This is a trend that has been happening for Liverpool over the last sort of 3 or 4 years under Jurgen Klopp, where when Phil Coutinho was at the football club, I'm just going to mark it up now actually on the iPad, you can actually see that Liverpool would take loads and loads and loads of shots, and Phil Coutinho would take loads and loads and loads of shots from outside the penalty area, but they're all for nothing. Yeah. You don't score very many of these things, and what Liverpool have done, as there's a concerted effort, and we've seen this with the data week in, week out, that they're getting their shots off from inside the penalty area in good positions. Now, it turns out at the weekend against Inter Milan that we didn't score from those, but if I just bring up today's once again to sort of back that up, you can see Liverpool taking shots in that area of the goal, or in front of the goal, where they are likely to score. Yeah. It's so interesting. You need to get over onto Redmen Plus. You need to sign up. We'll show you this each and every week, and we'll hopefully add to your enjoyment of this Liverpool side.
Absolutely, yeah. Plenty of great stuff going on over there. As mentioned, I did Journal Insight with Neil Jones talking about the issues with Roman Abramovich and the sanctions and what that means for him and for Chelsea Football Club as well. And we showed the trailer at half-time, the story of a crew, a documentary coming exclusively to Redmen Plus in a week or so's time as well. So yeah, we got you covered in all kinds of different angles, and we have you covered as well here on YouTube and beyond. As the game is worn to a close, we're going to be doing your reactions very shortly live. If you're a YouTube member, you get access to that chat. Chris will be doing play ratings. We'll be then live streaming over on Redmen Plus for the instant match reaction. 20 minutes or so, really diving a bit more depth and detail into this game ahead of Monday's final word show, and then we will be doing a Redmen Reacts talking about the Salah contract stuff over on Plus as well. So yeah, if you enjoy what we do and you want to support what we do, then do consider a subscription to Redmen Plus, and we'll give you loads and loads of extra content in video and in podcast form as well to keep you occupied in the downtime between Liverpool's many football matches. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for the watch along and the final whistle.
Big shout out to Danny as well. Modern again, thank you so much.
Extraordinaire. And we'll be back very soon. Ta-ra.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want even more Redmen TV content in your lives, both in video and podcast formats, do check out our subscription service, Redmen Plus, over on the redmentv.com. And Ross, why should these good people sign up to Redmen Plus?
You should do that right now, because you'll get access to exclusive documentaries, interviews, and all our pre- and post-match content. Plus, for the business end of the season, there's 2 games a week for most weeks, so you get even more for your money.
Head on over to the redmentv.com and sign up to Redmen Plus.